Well, everybody, it's time. Lower bracket finals for ESEA Advanced Season 34. We got RBG, we have Third Impact, and with me, we got a trio cast to kick things off today. We got Upmind and Pineapple Phillips. How are you doing today, gentlemen?
Doing well, doing well.
Yeah, chilling, man. It's a big matchup. Losers finals here in ESEA Advance. It's been a long road for both of these teams. RBG just getting knocked down into losers off of the winners finals. Third Impact having a pretty decently sized losers run thus far. And I mean, this is just going to be a War of the Titans. This is their first time facing off this season.
Yeah, both teams also lost to Thunder Logic, which is why they both find themselves in the lower bracket finals. So, winner will get the rematch against TL. And, well, either TI or RBG will be taking that duel against them. The bomb already down for Third Impact in this round, though. 5v4, aggressive in towards jungle, getting all this control. There's 3 players in CT from RBG, though, but still, the bomb is planted for these jungle players. Somebody can rotate into connector, even though Walco is making his way up.
Uh-oh.
It's a perfect post-plant scenario.
All right, and you have Insane in the back lines trying to get this flank on. Does have an opportunity for a headshot. Oh, has a couple of players in his crosshairs, but instead it's going to be a trio of kills from different players in Third Impact, and it's all going to finish off with a kill from T. Connors. Third Impact. They explode onto the site for the first round.
Look at T. Connor's stats. I just noticed this, kind of aside. 3 kills, 3.0 KD, 333 ADR. He's a trio, and he was super soldiered for a good reason. Armor and a P250 is a very scary buy for the T side, and he opened it up and he finished it off in that round. Very good from him on the pistol. As it will be pistols, it will be a force buy for RBG. I say that, although Wiz is on the save for the op. But it will be even trades in the opening. Okay, Joris losing his life. Volko, the one to find that kill, is traded out, however, by Insane. As things begin to slow down, it's going to be RBG trying to play the round as normally as they can, even with their lackluster buy. They're going to try and play it like a normal round, because that's how you win it with pistols and scouts. Maybe a stack and a bit of luck is required, but it is most certainly doable for this star-studded roster.
Absolutely. I mean, both of these teams, they've had pretty good amount of success just throughout different leagues in the past couple of months. RBG specifically winning the last E-Fire championship, and if I'm not mistaken, Thunder Logic just the season before that getting second place. In Third Impact, however, they've been sort of dormant in terms of other leagues. They can finally explode here in ESEA Advance and hopefully make their way into MDL. They already have a spot in relegation, but now this is their chance to try to get into that grand finals and get themselves a spot. But now, of course, they're making their way onto that B side, and it's just easy work for him. Wiz being the last player remaining, he has a scout. He's all the way over on the A site. This one's pretty much done.
Indeed it is. Wiz versus Viz. Could actually come into play here in this round, although I think Wiz would like to keep his scout into the next one, do some damage with it, but it should be a second round for Third Impact. Something to keep in mind that this is Third Impact's map pick, folks. Goes Mirage, Inferno, and Nuke. Nuke being the decider, a map that both teams are quite good on, although Third Impact have struggled on it of late against most notably Third Impact, or Thunder Logic rather, where they lost in overtime, and they also barely beat Big Chillin' on Nuke in overtime. So for Third Impact, I think that they would like to be able to win this on those first 2 matches. This is a map that RBG are extremely good on. And actually a map that RBG avoided against Thunder Logic, and Thunder Logic aren't necessarily an Inferno team. So that, I thought, was an interesting move. Maybe RBG aren't the most confident in their Inferno, or they just didn't want to play against a very aggressive Pug-style team like Thunder Logic. But either way, got Third Impact's map up first.
Oh, right you are. And I mean, Mirage in itself is not a map pick that RBG plays really at all. They've only played it, if I'm not mistaken, 3 times this season, one being in the offseason, and they've lost all of them. So RBG, not exactly the best Mirage team by any means, but they can still frag out. I mean, Mirage is that one neutral stage that really every CSGO player has to know, and really you're playing it all the time. It's one of the Pug-style maps that you can just really wide swing and frag on. And speaking of frags, oh my god, Dangerous getting himself 2. Viz had the opportunity there, but he was full flashed and almost actually died to the USPs there, but instead it's going to be Pony in a 1v3 to try to catch back some of these frags, maybe some consolation for the team in terms of economy, but of course otherwise it's already done and dusted. No kit for Pony, and a third round going towards third impact. The main event, however, coming up in the very next round with both teams able to buy.
Gotta love the eco frags, boys. Gotta love the eco frags. Oh no, Viz. Oh no, Viz.
Wow, Zers. On the T side? Oh my god, okay. No way. I mean, we barely see autos in competitive play, period.
This has to be a mistake.
It has to.
It might be, but a double op setup on the T side, that in itself is already a little bit of an off move, but it is what it is. I'm just keeping my camera on Viz here, seeing what kind of damage you could actually pull off in the round, but for now, this is overall a very done and dusted take for third impact as RBG, they're playing for retake, and actually G-Manchu gets the swing at the perfect time. Walko with a great pop flash, and that's going to leave a 2-on-3 now as Dangerous catches the frag.
It was a well-played, well-timed to retake in towards the side as now the nades are thrown in. Players caught in the open. Dangerous the first to fall, and Walko finds them both. The second through the smoke. It will be Jojo to find that kill, or Jojo to fall rather. Jojo's on third impact, and it will be a first round for the Canadian squad.
There you go. First round going towards RBG, and I mean, really the first round where they had guns, third impact, making their way onto that site. Again, it's been that clear-cut take that they've been doing round after round. And finally, RBG, out of really taking advantage on how antsy third impact can actually be towards the CT area, finally collecting back around. So third impact at this point, they're going to start to think about different avenues, because almost literally all of the action that has happened thus far in this game has only been concentrated over to A. We haven't seen any mid oppression by any means, nothing on B. So there's a whole other side to the map here, Pineapple Phillips, that we haven't seen.
Yes, we've seen a little bit of B, a little bit from middle, but for the most part, RBG weren't contesting with their pistols. They had a player underpass in the, I believe it was the forced buy round, second round of the half. So not much being shown, and there won't be much this round either, so it will be a straight B take. Third impact are on the save, so it makes sense to go for a fast, explosive play. Maybe catch this player unawares. Hex up close, he'll find the first, but he's now stuck. Still, somehow RBG making the crossfires work. A second, not a third. Jojo, the Glock, will find the headshot, but Wiz is in the backlines. He'll find 2 for his name. The last player alive, C. Connors, marooned behind smokes. Flames licking at his heels. He's forced into the 1-on-4, stuck in the apartments, bomb on his belt. And he's been spotted. It should be done and dusted. Does get the dink, but not the kill. Walko will secure the round for RBG, and it's their second in a row.
It is indeed, but it does come off the eco, so it's definitely a round that they probably should be picking up here. And I think for the side of third impact, they're not too upset about conceding that round. It was a round that, you know, was a throwaway. If they got the bomb plant out of it, they would be a lot happier, but they didn't get the plant, so they'll be back on the rifles here regardless of that fact. And it's the first real gun round we're going to see between these two teams, where they both have the ops, they both have the AKs, we don't have an auto sniper, nothing weird coming out for either side. And we'll see a much slower play from third impact here, as they're going to want to try and set a bit different of a pace, and see if RBG want to get aggressive somewhere on the map, and maybe overextend.
Yeah, right you are. And I mean, this round is a pretty clear-cut default third impact, just looking for picks. And again, this is a wide change in terms of tempo in comparison to the last couple of rounds from third impact. Even a round where they had an eco going on, they haven't even approached a round in this sort of nature. So I'm very excited to see what kind of action they could actually pull off, because all of these interactions honestly could get pretty entertaining. You have Dangerous, who is pretty much known for being a pain in the butt in terms of anchoring and in terms of lurking. So he's starting to make his way up into B. Viz getting a huge kill over into mid, but there's still 2 players here. Dane is going to win out his battle over to B, and that's going to leave that site empty. And Jojo even getting a kill onto Pony, but G-Manchu quickly on the rotation, going to be able to take back B, but the bomb is on his way back over to A. A little bit of a switcheroo, but Third Impact going to be able to comfortably take this A site.
3 players surviving, that does miracles for their economy. You saw they bought down to the bone in this round. With 3 players surviving, they'll have no problem buying in the next. The bomb plant as well. The oppressive T-side economy could come into effect very soon if Third Impact can start winning rounds in a convincing fashion as they have here.
Yes, indeed. And if they hunt the rifle out of the hands of G-Manchu, it's going to really hurt that economy of RBG. G-Manchu does have some of the most money of any of the RBG players, second only to Wiz. But Pony and Hext are in that red zone where they won't be able to really get a full buy into the next round. And, well, while Jojo might be going for extra utility, I think that RBG, and G-Manchu in particular, is the one who really needs to be focusing on the economy. Yes, Third Impact did lose 2 players, but losing 2 players is definitely within the realm of margin. And I think they'll be happy with this win. They get back on the score column with the rifles up in hand, and, well, it was a really good delayed mid-take. Viz with those 2 kills, absolutely critical there, and once it came down to it, those 2 kills out towards the middle really opened the whole entire map up. Dangerous finding the frag out towards B, created more strife in the RBG squad, and, well, even just saving an AK ain't the worst for Third Impact, and for RBG, they're buying down to brass tacks here.
Yes, they are, and with, again, I'm going to keep on mentioning it. It's a theme on this map I've noticed. This map can tend to be more T-sided. If the Ts can get the ball rolling in terms of economy, it'll become very oppressive RBG. If they can't win more than 1 in a row or break the economy of the T side, once that really starts to happen, it will become a very one-sided affair in the later stages of this first half. We'll have to see how well they can play together. And this is really one of those important rounds. If they lose this round, they'll be on a save, the opportunity for Third Impact to build that economy, and the opportunity for them to run away with this first half. Already up 4-2. If they win this, it'll be 5-6. And then from there, it could be 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, or 4 for RBG.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Yeah, but now.
I believe the last time that Third Impact played this map, it was against Big Chillin', and they won 16-12, and had a really good T side on it. So I would not be surprised to see Third Impact absolutely roll over RBG.
Yeah, that's just sort of the play style of Third Impact in a sense. They're like, I mean, they almost literally live up to their name. They're high impact, they're high paced. And I mean, let's just see what kind of take they actually have. In the matter of 15 seconds, in the matter of 10 seconds, they take this site completely for free. I mean, no pressure over to mid by any means, no pressure to cat by any means, and they get all of the picks one by one by one. RBG, no contest whatsoever in that take against Third Impact, and I mean, that's just going to be the round. Pony, last one saving, but even then, I mean, Third Impact, they are rolling in dough right now. Every single player surviving at the moment, and not just at the moment, but for the rest of the round. Jojo popping off once again. That's going to be 3 kills for him. 2 kills off of the take with an AWP period. That's already pretty insane in itself, but I mean, this guy's just making it look easy right now. RBG not exactly contesting many of these takes that Third Impact are going for.
They're really not able to. They're having no success whatsoever in the individual gunfights. When you check at the scoreboard here, 6-6, 5-7, and 2 for Third Impact versus 5-3, 3, and 4. It's been Third Impact winning the gun duels in the vast majority of rounds, and RBG just really haven't had an answer back. And here on the pistols, I don't suspect the CT side will have much to do. I mean, Hext has the best chance of getting a kill. He's gone aggressive and aren't being forced away.
It is becoming a very one-sided affair here as we enter the mid-rounds. Very interesting, though. Third Impact, they get so aggressive, but they're so slow. They didn't take contact. Not even in the mid-round. It was almost late, but not quite late enough to be called the late round, the late stages of the score or the rounds. It's like 40 seconds. 40 seconds is when they hit. It's not the mid-round. That's like 1 minute left. It's not late. There's not 30 or 15 seconds left on the scoreboard. It's really that perfect time where players get antsy and they caught RBG in the rotations. That's the key to their success here on the T side. So Third Impact, if they can keep that up, if they can keep catching RBG, getting a little bit antsy towards the later stages of the round, they'll have tremendous success, and RBG had to just stick to their guns and play their default if they take no contact.
Eventually, RBG will have to adapt to that, right? I mean, eventually they'll have to be like, okay, they're just waiting for us to push. Why don't we just sit back and hold? But right now, Pony's actually picked up one. Hex will do some damage, but he's not able to get the kill. Pony and G-Man 2, the last two alive, will be going for this nothing to lose in this round. The plan for Cat is risky for JoJo, especially since the one man he has watching his angle is Viz on 6 HP. The lineup's there, but Viz only gets one. The AK trying to be salvaged by G-Man 2, but Insane is on the hunt. JoJo and Dangerous all watching the same angle, and it's going to be JoJo to put the final bullet in the body of G-Man 2. 6 rounds on the board for third impact, but the guns will be back up again for RBG, and the red-black goal will be looking to get back on the scoreboard here and stop this streak from third impact.
Certain, I mean, just good pacing in that round period. I mean, just with USPs, still able to take down 2 players, so RBG still showing some glimpses in a sense, but not much to gawk at just yet. I want to see a little bit of a restructuring from RBG going forward in terms of their actual holds of some of these sites, because they seem a little bit too linear. They hold one player over to Van, over to Bench, one player over to Cat, but even then, the player over to Cat has usually been backing out at pretty much the first sight of a pixel. So a little bit less antsiness for RBG. It almost seems like they're nervous in terms of rotations at the moment. Third impact, they just need to keep playing their game at the moment because they're on pace to winning out the T side of Mirage, a rarity nowadays here, Boggs.
It is indeed a rarity, but I think it's a little more common now that we saw a bit of the breakdown of the Mirage CT side with the Krieg meta, and people still have adapted some of those strategies to the current iteration of the game. But for a team like RBG, they really rely on a very strong defense and strong fundamentals. Mirage is kind of a map that, well, you might have strong fundamentals, but the other team, similar to Dust 2, can just do really, really crazy things, and it works out, if not more. But that's a good opening, or evener rather, for Wiz onto Viz, so we do get that Wiz versus Viz engagement, finally at long last. But still, 4v4 does favor the T side, and with only one player on the A site, our Pony is removed all the way in towards far ladder or far sniper's nest. There's a very significant chance for a nice take on the A side for third impact. It all comes down to how many shots Wiz can land.
How many opportunities will he be given? Third impact, they have the utility to lock him out of the site. They just have to use it to their best of their ability. We'll have to see exactly how they play it. RBG, they're playing it quite passive. A 2-1-1 setup with 2 towards B. Kind of an interesting call given the aggressive stance from Hext. But it will be the A site take. There's a player towards window to support, but he's just playing it passive for the cross. We'll see if he can catch anybody on it. He will find Insane. That's the start. The bomb dropped. The bomb given away. The plant will go down. 15 seconds left. So now it will be a post plant, but hand disadvantage. 3 on 4. They will go for jungle control. A very, very aggressive call. I like it. Dangerous taking control with JoJo. But still an awkward round. Anybody's round at that. Hex on the back lines as well. Looking forward. T. Connors is wise to this flank, but the timing is not in his favor. He'll be taking out 2 on 4.
And it's not planted for jungle either. Pony has the kill on the JoJo. It's all done to Dangerous, but it's Hexed on the flank to shut this round down for RBG. They keep 4 alive, not quite 5, but they have 3 AKs plus an op. They could have double opt if they really wanted to, so they finally get back in the win column here. They stumped the streak of third impact, and they keep this a very similar scoreline. I mean, there's a chance that RBG can get out of this with a 9-6 lead, 8-7 more likely either way, unless third impact come right back with a win here on their guns again. Granted, RBG could still buy up in the next round. Their loss bonus will not be too shabby, and they still have a good amount of money saved across 4 of their players. So this is not necessarily a swing round for either side, but kind of a dominance establishing round.
No, right you are, Boggs. I mean, at this point, third impact, they're going to have to face against a buy from RBG every single round at this point. So just a momentum play at this point from both of these teams are going to be incredibly important going towards the end of this half. Because again, third impact, they haven't confirmed a W for this half by any means still. This still could be a little bit of a trend reversing here for RBG. And, oh, okay, they're starting to get saucy a little bit. I was going to try to point this out a little bit earlier, but I thought they would restructure this. But this is a 3-man hold of the B site. 3-man hold from RBG, and almost making it work in a sense. They still have 2 players playing around the area, and Pony, I mean, really making all the noise thus far. Jojo up close. Oh, with the AWP. Pony ends up getting that vent open, but what a shot from Jojo. Point blank, making it look like a shotgun. Ops ringing out throughout the entire map, though. Wiz brings one back, and now it's a 3-on-3.
Oh, Jojo, that peak is so dirty. It's a massive equalizer again as Hext eliminated Insane. The bomb is on the back of Dangerous. Jojo is up towards Catwalk. Both RBG players are wise to this play, and the hit is coming in, but Jojo is still trying to do what he can with the op. Waltgo has a good angle on the back pillar cross, but it's going to be Hext with one. Dangerous will trade, but Hext will double down, grab the op, and secure the round for RBG. Guns will get shuffled around for third impact here. They will have another buy unless they want to go for a more conservative play, which is not necessarily their style. But either way, RBG now will be buying a lot down into their cash as Hext will have to go for the full investment here to drop a rifle over to Pony. And this is a swing round for both teams at this point.
This is the more important round for sure. Last round, okay, if either team lost, they could have bought into it. This one's the all-important one. They have both gone all in. Whoever loses this will likely be on a save. RBG now, they have a very poor loss bonus on the CT side. They've won enough to justify that being taken away. So now, third impact, they have a chance to crush the economy of the CT side, and they have a chance to come right back into it. Flashes will come over. It will be a vanilla B take through the apartments, and in fact, they'll find tremendous success. Wiz alone now trying to defend, jumping through the window. No, he won't. He'll stay away, and it will be a retake scenario in a 3-on-4.
Sure it is, and I mean, RBG, they look a little bit disheartened in terms of the take. Double smokes there in both window and door for RBG to try to make their way through, and I mean, that's just not reasonable for this team to make their way through. So there you go. Yet another round going towards third impact, and that was their last stand here, guys. I mean, this was about to become not only just a certain 6-6, but even after that 6-6 almost inevitable outcome, it would be a very difficult buy from third impact. So RBG, off that one round alone, could have found themselves cruising to a 7-6 lead over RBG. But instead, we find ourselves 7-4 for third impact as they extend their lead, and now only really one easy step away from making their way into winning at the half.
Let's slow down there. Let's slow down. 3 rifles were saved. Pony and
3 rifles were saved, but the cash for the rest of the team is awful.
They're not even dropping. They could have dropped rifles. What is going on? I would have 100% expected FAMAS's or M4s coming down from the teammates.
Well, at least upgraded pistols, right?
They don't want to waste. They don't want to waste the round where they would have no utility. And they still could do enough damage here, especially when we hit. Right now we see G-Man-Chu opening things up with one. T. Connors dinked down, and he will fall. Actually, no, he's still alive. It was Dangerous. Actually, Insane to go down. Finally, the kill comes through on the T. Connors, but it's only Viz left alive as it's the rifles doing all of the work. G-Man-Chu with 2. Wiz on the op. The USP actually ended up getting 1. And this is why they didn't need to buy. They had faith in their rifles. They didn't want to waste a round and all that economy where they wouldn't have full utility. The third impact, I guess they were expecting rifles, but they just kind of walked into a kill zone with no utility of their own, and they paid for it a very heavy price.
I would call this a punt. It's kind of critical, but they kind of punted it away.
Right.
Every advantage they had, they chose to go all in versus the rifles. It was a missed call. It could have been a buy from RBG, but it was a save if they just slowed down, if they weighed all their options. They heard the M4 before they really started taking damage. Yep. Why didn't they try to back out there? They weren't even out of the apartments. They could have thrown a smoke down, crouched with their heads pointing at the ground, and walked out without taking all the damage.
To that extent, I mean, economy for RBG is so unknown to the enemy team at this point. Yes, they are winning a couple of rounds, but RBG, their loss bonus has been all over the place due to them trading a couple of rounds too. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like yourself, like us, we were surprised that RBG didn't buy before the round. So to hear that audio input would have just been third impact hearing, all right, I guess the other teams just has a group of rifles. So Again, that's semantics in a sense. The real answer is going to be how Third Impact can even answer out from that, little loss streak in a sense. And I mean, this one is going to be yet another one. As RBG, they have pretty much a very linear opportunity to try to take one back against the Pistols. Almost equalize things. It's going to be a 6-7. The real war is going to be in the next round, however.
It's going to be the next 2 rounds, really. It's going to be who can win this half out. If Third Impact get a 9-6, things will be really rough for RBG. But RBG still have potential to win this half out. 8-7 will be an insane recovery for them, considering how poorly they started off. And for Third Impact, it would be a terrible end. But the money on RBG is good enough to have rifles in both of these rounds. A lot of this comes down to how many losses Third Impact take in these next 2 rounds. And Jojo doesn't even have utility, doesn't have a helmet on his op right now.
He's also been one of the players with the most impact. The op has found, I think, even 3 Ks in rounds that they've lost. He can find kills no matter what. For the lack of a helmet might be an issue, but I still see him finding great success, assuming his team can support him. That being said, this map, more so than before, tends to go T-sided. I will say that. We've often seen it go CT-sided in games like this, but 100% it can go T-sided. So Third Impact most certainly not out of the woods, even with an advantage of 8-7. And in fact, it's traded kills. 4-on-4 favors the T's. The round does slow down. Wave control being gained by Third Impact, but still contested by Walco from the catwalk.
Look at this.
Uh-oh. Jeez, Viz. How did he even get in this position? And how is Wiz even finding that one out? Okay. Viz had such a pivotal position, considering the fact that this A site is really only being watched by a singular player. But even then, Wiz holding things down and Insane with the bomb is looping back into snipers and does have an opportunity to take down a rotation or 2, but really, the only rotation that's come out thus far has already gone in. So this is just a bunch of gray area here for Third Impact and Insane anyways. Pulling out the AK, dropping the bomb over into jungle is going to leave Dangerous in a 1v3 now. So this is just a very confusing round all in itself. It's really just paranoia from a lot of these players from Third Impact. And now with Dane trying to clutch things out, 5 seconds left, it's pretty much over. He would have to save to even make this worth it. But going to the next round, the economy of Third Impact is shambolic, and RBG somehow able to salvage this half pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I think RBG win this half at this point unless Third Impact completely overwhelm them with the pistols. One thing I've noticed, though, from Third Impact is that they really have avoided the A site for the most part. They have A phobia. They just they see A, they run away. They go to B. And I think that it's kind of been a big problem for Third Impact is that they've completely avoided a site where you see so many teams have success. You drop the smoke wall down and you take the site. I think that Third Impact would win in the post-spawn scenarios in a lot of cases too. But now we see that it's going to be an 8-7 half in one way or the other, probably for RBG, especially given the fact that it's Tech 9s, pistols for Third Impact, against AKs, M4s, and an op for RBG. And while this timeout from Third Impact actually might not be a timeout for Third Impact, I think it might be a technical at this point. But it still is indicative of the fact that Third Impact have come to the realization that they've blown a massive opportunity to be able to go up 1-0 against RBG. I mean, again, the winner of this gets a rematch against Thunder Logic, but that rematch against Thunder Logic is for a spot in Mountain Dew League. It is for a direct entry into the MDL. And that's what every single team playing in Advanced wants. And not only is it a direct entry into MDL this season, it is a direct entry into a move-up MDL season with a chance for Global Challenge, the chance for ESL Pro League on the line here.
No, absolutely. That is pretty much the premier stage for a lot of these teams that have been grinding for the past really year, 2 years in this advanced main stage. And I mean, you talk about players who have been on that consistent grind. Third Impact, just 2 seasons ago, they were in main. They ended up winning main along with their compatriots Big Chillin'. And then again, it's been a very long road for a lot of these teams making it into advanced period, and they don't want to make that go to waste by any means. But now RBG, again, they're the ones that have the rifles in this round, but a TK from Pony. You still have Insane and Jojo left. Jojo trying to go nuts here. He still has the M4, but had to get himself 2 big frags there to try to equalize things. But now Insane, with only a dig, is left here. Ooh, almost gets a huge shot onto Wiz. Minute left, however. He has a player pretty much playing Ring Around the Rosie below him. And a little bit awkward, but that's still going to be the 8th round there for RBG. But the stage has been set here, guys. This is Mirage. This is Third Impact's map pick. And not only just their map pick, but this is one of the worst maps for RBG throughout this season, period. To lose this would be detrimental for really this entire set for this TI squad.
Devastating. Looking at map number 2, Inferno. It's a map that I believe RBG's had as a playground for quite a while. Third Impact, if I had to guess, they're looking to go to map 3, Nuke, which is a much more even playing field. So, this map, virtually a must-win. And, again, oppressive T-side economy. If RBG start with their best foot forward, win 2, maybe 3 in a row, build that economy, make those rounds convincing, they could be staring down a very, very solid T-side half. But we'll have to see how the pistol round starts. That's the first step to building up that economy. Double set of utility on the T side. Double set of utility as well on the CT side. Smoke, flash, nade on C Connors. Kit nade on Insane. Interesting call to have 2 nades on the board for the CT side.
Insane looks to be going for the jump peek and apps. Both of these nades are over towards B. This is the perfect setup for it. They're expecting the B hit. The one nade goes through. The second comes in as well. Wiz is chunked low, but T Connors! 1 through the smoke and 1 before it blooms. Hexed and Pony fall. Viz 2 on site as well. Walko the last alive, but he is walled out of this round. It was utter domination for the B defenders here. The quick rotation from Viz and snipers, but it was T Connors to snipe away 2 heads from arches that really solidified this round for Third Impact. The gamble to have the 2 nades towards B worked out. The nades did some damage. It wasn't all of it, though. That came down to the aim. And now all it comes down to is how much damage Walko can do and how many pieces of armor he can actually force to be reinvested.
The B side hold for CT's period here on Mirage is a very tough one. I mean, you essentially have to be perfect off of that one entry, or else you're gonna get in this awkward chicken run position, just trying to take advantage of sight, just in a big game of tug of war. But instead, Third Impact, they just shut it down before there's even any opportunity for any of these players to hit the ground. That's what you like to see, guys. An 8th round for Third Impact. And not only that, but RBG, they are almost forced here to force buy. They have themselves the deco buy. They have themselves really only essential equipment to work with. So RBG lose out on this one. This is going to be a free 10A here for Third Impact. But let's see how the round actually goes out as the execute on A actually starts to come in.
This could actually go the way of RBG, especially with that damage dealt onto Viz. There's a good chance here. The smoke wall is down. The bomb plant comes through. There's only 1 kit on TI. So this actually could end very poorly for them, but Dangerous has an opportunity to shut it down. 1 kill plus damage. He knows G-Man 2 has escaped in towards jungle and sniper's path. Out towards stairs, Wiz gets found, Pony falls as well. G-Man 2 will eventually meet his maker, and it's all down to Walko, who sits coming up through connector. Smoke down onto the bomb, though. And although Wiz is the low HP player, I don't think he will get taken down here. No kill comes through from Walko. 5 alive, including the AUG, the 3 FAMASes, or FAMAI, whatever you want to call the plural of the FAMAS. And it will be that 9-8 scoreline, but that plant means that it could have deagles and armor again for RBG, and they can do more damage potentially or even steal away around.
That was critical. Talking about starting off with your best foot forward, Third Impact, a solid 5-man surviving on the pistol, 5-man surviving on the second. Their economy is looking great already, and they're facing against deagles. At this point, the name of the game for RBG is damage. They want to prevent the bonus round from coming out in the next from Third Impact. They want to make these players reinvest, and right now it's looking difficult. It's all up to these deagle shots. They have the aim. I know they're capable of doing it. I've seen them play season after season with success. We'll have to see if they can find these shots, just spreading out and hoping to catch them on the jumps. That's a solid start. Walko, the first towards B, swinging out for the second as well. Dropping, he will be caught. Unfortunate transition, but still, that's the solid start in this round. 1-for-1 trade with pistols is what you want.
And even a chance for more, but it's Viz to shut it down with the AUG. I'm surprised he went for that AUG early on, but, you know, All's well that ends well here. JoJo has a good chance to get some economy built up here, but it's actually going to be a boost. Selfless play from JoJo, but he will still continue for more. G-Manju, the last alive here, is Third Impact looking to make another victory go their way, only losing one player. The rifle will be lost, but it's just a FAMAS, and for Third Impact, I would actually rather throw that away and grab an M4, but it might just be the bonus call. Nope, JoJo will go straight for the op, so Insane should be getting a full buy here. Never mind. Double op setup? This is risky. This is risky.
I was expecting a bonus. These players going for the double op, it's all in. 2 FAMASes and an AUG to support as well. It's an interesting call. I called it. Could pay off, what to see, though. RBG already heavily favoring the B site with 1 lurk towards A. Hoping to just find an entry and a subsequent bomb site. Let's see. Ops here. 1 towards mid, 1 towards A. No one is playing towards B with a zoomer for the CT side. It's going to be interesting. It's a very interesting setup as well overall. Third Impact. Passive towards A. Aggressive towards middle. Has the makings of a round for them, but RBG, they're very dead set in their ways. Now falling back. Looking to go for a mid-round mid-take. Curious. Nobody has the advantage as of yet. Still anybody's round, and whoever catches the first frag could easily steamroll their way into either site.
No, I mean, at least a little bit early on, RBG went into a little bit of a dynamic default in a sense. They weren't exactly, set up for their regular positions in terms of default. They would like to have one either in ramp or in palace, but I think at that point they just wanted to test the waters over to mid and see what kind of damage they could pull off. But no action over to mid by any means, and instead it's going to be a full A take, except for one who has been lurking over to B this entire time. Dangerous already opens up with a big frag. Wiz, again, the one lurker who was over to B, makes his way all the way over to mid, and Wiz is going big. You still have T Connors laying around. Now it's a 3-on-3. Frags are flying all over the place, and now there are 2 Ts actually inside of jungle. This is a huge position as the bomb is actually planted for both of these players. Dangerous and Insane, they have to step up in a huge way, but RBG might just be on their way to a W. It's just the op of Dangerous to try to hold things back. Huge wall bangs thus far for G-Man-Chu. But this is essentially it. He has to save up a 9th round for RBG, their first of the half.
This is why I said that double op setup was risky, fellas. I did not think that it was a good idea to go straight for the double op. You usually go for the double op when things are down and out. It's a gamble play. It's not a, yeah, we're winning, so we're just going to go for double op. It's close, but you know what we're going to do? It's a, oh crap, our defense is so bad we have to buy the double op. But no. Third Impact went straight for it. Honestly, I think Dangerous is more valuable on a rifle on a map like Mirage. In fact, I think pretty much everybody on Third Impact is more valuable on the rifle. It's a very open map, yes, but there's so many close angles that the rifle is almost more viable than the op in most scenarios, except for holding back either towards mid. Even then, a rifle up catwalk is usually more effective than the op in the multi-kill scenarios. So for Third Impact to go straight for that double op setup, I think it was a real costly move for them. And it did play a large part in them losing that round, I would say. And now RBG have a chance to get a lead here. They win this round. It's a double eco for Third Impact. They can get up to 12. And then it's a 12-10 lead for RBG on the map pick of Third Impact, going into Inferno, which, yes, it is a map everybody knows how to play, similar to Mirage, but RBG has some masterclass strats on that map.
Yes, they do. And again, I think the whole strategy for Third Impact in this series is to win their map pick and take it to map 3, because Nuke is anybody's map. Just going off of the score lines throughout the season. However, it will be RBG going towards B, grouping up. Played quite passive all around, but they are making the right call. There's only 2 players towards B, T Connors and Insane. Smoke will go down very timely at that. 40 seconds left. Perfect time to use it, as RBG will now slowly lurk forward. Hexed on point. This is critical. Nades will be thrown. This will give it away. Rotation should be coming very shortly. Hex taking point through the window. He'll be tagged down, but not taken out. 1 HP. He'll find the opening. Now the site has fallen. The player on site, Insane, unable to find anything with the MP9. Plant is inevitable, and the 3 versus 5 retake is as well. It will be a save for Third Impact and a 10th round for RBG as they tie up the scoreline at 10 apiece.
10 apiece, and that's a huge round against Third Impact. I mean, their patch is going to be essentially broken, and this is almost literally a carbon copy situation from what we saw from RBG a little bit later on in the first half. They're going to have to contemplate whether they actually want to bolster up T. Connors and Insane going into the next round in terms of equipment. But most likely, they're just going to have to cut their losses and see what they can try to pull off with these hero rifles. They have a huge AWP in JoJo. He's going to have to execute probably something spicy over to mid. He's going to have to, I would like to say, a little bit of a repositioning. Might have to make a cat jump or just go to straight up to cat. But I know for sure that snipers is just going to be a little bit of a waste of time for him in this next round. Otherwise, again, it's just a theory. It's just semantics. RBG, they're the ones that need to keep things clean. Their economy isn't exactly that set either. But here we go. It's actually going to be an A take. Almost every single player from RBG sitting around that A site. G-Manchu, he's making all the noise over towards mid, and oh no, the hero rifles, they combine over into Palace. They are able to get a singular frag off of it, but in return, 3 players for RBG spill their way out into ramp, and that's all the info in the world. Third Impact, almost gamble rotating at this point. Bomb finally goes down. It's a 4-on-5.
The fact, though, that Third Impact have 2 players in the back lines and RBG are aware of this is kind of making them extremely paranoid in this situation. RBG don't have any utility to hold off Third Impact anymore either. They have 2 flashbangs, and that is it right now. It's all going to come down to the gun battles. And while Wiz will win the first, I don't think he'll be expecting the 2 close ones towards ramp. He will get the second on the shotgun op, but Dangerous pops out. A smoke to the bomb, and there's 3 players isolated towards jungle and connector. Hex will tap away and take one, but his life is forfeit. The kit's in hand, and JoJo is there with the operator.
What an absolute madman. JoJo covering up that smoke with 2 direct frags after. JoJo again proving why he, statistically, is the best opper in all of Advanced at the moment. And I mean, just his play in this game period have been stellar. But let's not take away any attention from RBG because, geez, they've been making these retakes for Third Impact look incredibly tough. But just that control from Palace, just that control from ramp was just the X factor for Third Impact. RBG playing an unorthodox post plant ended up costing them that round. Purely because of the fact that they weren't exactly playing those rotations correctly, those crossfires correctly. They could probably readjust in this next round for sure. They have the money to reinvest. But for now, Third Impact, that's a huge confidence win for them going forward.
Gives them a bit of money to work with. JoJo's at 3.2k with the op already in hand. Viz at 2.6. They're not out of the woods yet, but they are most certainly on their way there. Dangerous, again, the double op setup. An interesting call, but can they stave off the aggression? Walker's already in the window, just sprinting forward. He has so much control. No one's there to check him. As now this round becomes incredibly awkward.
It is really awkward, but the double op set up again in hand for Third Impact. And again, I question why they went for it. This engagement over towards Sniper's Nest in jungle, though, could be very interesting. I feel like JoJo has an idea that there could be somebody there. Indeed, he does. He's poised on that angle. But the bomb still sits in T-spawn for RBG. I believe it's actually being set up for a smoke. The smoke went out for Wiz before he groups up towards this B execute. Or it could be an underpass to A split. There is no real telling where RBG want to go. And Third Impact, well, they do have a good amount of information out towards ramp. Viz is pushed through. He's just chilling out on the little scaffolding. And, well, this is causing JoJo to rotate. This is a perfect call. They're set up for this information from Viz, but that kill might just spill the milk on this whole entire round.
Spill the milk. I haven't heard that.
That's a new one.
Oh, Insane on the balcony. He will hold it down. It's Wiz and Pony left to try and pick up the pieces. Bomb has been recovered. 20 seconds left. Pony has complete control of the A site. No, he doesn't. Viz will shoot him in the back, blindsiding that player. The last alive is Wiz with the op, and he's already saving. 10 seconds left. He's running back towards top mid. It will be Third Impact to withstand the blows, and it will be a 12th round for their CT side.
12 rounds indeed. The op is saved for Wiz, and there is enough money to buy around it, which is the good thing for RBG. The bad thing is they lose this round again, and Third Impact can get ever closer to round number 15. Third Impact should have no trouble getting to 14 against the Pistols. But again, the money for Third Impact is not strong either. It's another massive swing round for both teams, but the money is always easier to grow on the T side. Especially with the Galil being 1800, you get an M4 for 1800 bucks for cheaper than the P90. And that's something that RBG can use to their full effect, especially if they get bomb plants. But Danger is getting aggressive out towards ramp, has a teammate with him, that's Viz. No flashbang over just yet, but still, if there's no utility used by RBG to take control of ramp, they will pay for it dearly with this double stack. JoJo's watching the back lines as well towards CT, but in comes the hit. Danger has to go 1-for-1, but he gets nothing here, and that's a huge opening for RBG.
Viz has to readjust back to sight, and that kill against Pony would have been absolutely huge. The only angle that he would have to play around would be ramp, and I mean, Third Impact getting picked apart in ramp. Let's see how this retake can actually come down, because they still have T Connors and JoJo in pretty pivotal positions to actually try to hold down this site. And RBG, they literally just stop themselves immediately before the take, and this does leave a couple of these Third Impact players a little bit paranoid. You have a deep push here from Insane. He's gonna be able to clear up the T spawn. So again, a little bit more safety here for JoJo and T Connors as they just hold down these spots. 30 seconds left. RBG, they have all the equipment in the world to actually help them out. 4 players over to ramp, and they actually make the approach. Here we go.
Time is so low. This is such a late hit. 18 seconds, the bomb's not yet crossed to sight. It's still back towards ramp. T Connors in that smoke by stairs will get taken down by G-Man2, however. It's all down to JoJo and Insane. Insane's on the flank, but Wiz is wise to it. It's down to JoJo now in a 1v5, and I think that JoJo, well, he might be good. I don't think he's good enough for this one. He'll take one down. But here comes the pivotal round for RBG. They get a free victory against Third Impact here. It's 12-12. Another win, 14-12. And RBG can walk away with Mirage. That is what is at stake here for Third Impact on this next gun round. It's essentially giving up map point to RBG if they lose it. There is no margin for error for either team, but even more so for Third Impact, because RBG should have Inferno in the books. This, in theory, should go all 3 maps, but that all depends on who wins Mirage.
Man, Nuke being that third map is almost perfect between these two teams. Oh, it's going to be such a good platform too. But I won't even be here for the second and third maps. God, you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Have fun and open.
Gone. Yeah, have fun and open, bud.
Oh, God. That sounds so demeaning. Hey, have fun down there and open. Come on.
We need to make playoffs, okay? Calm down, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Oh, my God. 1:15 left of the round. And again, Third Impact, they actually have deep control of mid, but there's still Hexed and Wiz laying around the back lines.
Slow round. It's still the characteristic RBG heavy lean with 1 lurk. Looks like it will be a B hit, but not outright committed as of yet. 50 seconds left. Bomb will be recovered. Yep, that is going to be the call for a B pick. Insane will find the first. Walcott is going to trade towards the player connector and spots the second towards top mid. But still, the Pistols are trying to do damage. Pony will find a second. That's insane. The last alive here is JoJo. He has the AK in hand at this point. He's trying to find impact elsewhere. He will fall away. The take will come towards... Looks like it'll go towards B, but they aren't committing. Here we go. Now they'll go for it. Still Third Impact. Yeah.
JoJo got that kill in snipers. The whole thing could change, but Biz still might have something up his sleeve. 1 kill, looking for more, but the bomb plant still not coming through yet. It will get planted within the last 10 seconds of the round. The rotations will come in from Third Impact, but Pony's in towards apartments. Wiz on site. Viz in arches, and a flank is coming in from G-Man2, but Viz will take down Wiz. Pony is low, but G-Man2's flank finally makes its work onto T Connors. Viz in a very unwinnable 1v2 with no kit. Eventually falls to G-Man2, but it's a very costly round for RBG if they cared about economy at this point. All they care about is getting rounds on the board here. And while Third Impact will have another buy, Insane is limited to an MP9, as is Dangerous, so they want to have utility here. The op is back in the hands of JoJo. The rifles, the two M4s of T-Connors and Viz are going to have to be the big factors in this round, I feel, for Third Impact to have success. The op has been able to be nullified by good smokes and flashbangs time and again by RBG.
It's a desperate round. The buy is lackluster. The utility is there. They'll have to play around it to a T if they want to find success. As it will be Viz towards top mid to find the first. JoJo the second. They're playing it together and they're finding success. 5-on-3 already as the initial engagements subside. All that Third Impact has to do now is play their defaults, play their game, and they should have a 13th and an advantage. The big question mark now is, can they keep it convincing and flawless? And can they upgrade those MP9s? That is their path forward.
Real question is for Third Impact, however. Are they going to show any pixels? Are they actually going to hold down these sites without, at least, not giving up too many picks? Because that's literally all that RBG are aiming for at this point. And Dane, oh yes, big flash from Viz. That's going to allow the swing from Dane. And now JoJo. He hits those for breakfast. G-Manchu being the last player remaining. He's over to Tetris. He's getting pinched up, but it's a 1v5. Ends up taking down one. Still has a little bit of positional advantage. JoJo watching that angle like a hawk. G-Manchu picks up the AWP, but not going to be able to win out the battle. 13th round for Third Impact. As now RBG, they have a lot of contemplation in terms of economy. You have G-Manchu at 6K, but the rest of the team at around $2,000 to $4,000. They're going to try to equalize things with a little bit of a pistol buy. So Third Impact with a red carpet opportunity to make their way into a 14 to 12.
Already seen how dangerous these Deagle rounds can be, though, and RBG have 4 of them here. 2 nades as well for anybody unlucky enough to be in towards window or con. However, Third Impact have been neglecting that window control a lot of times. I feel like it's something a lot of teams are doing now, is leaving window open in favor of a player in towards connector or catwalk, or even just giving up mid control as a whole in a lot of scenarios, because it seems that the T's usually win that window fight most of the time. But Dangerous is very aggressive with the op in hand, and this could be extremely dangerous here. He will peek for 1. But the Molotov will make sure he does not get overwhelmed. JoJo elsewhere on top of Ticket Booth will eliminate another player from RBG, but still 3 are alive. It's Hext, Pony, and G-Manchu. But I think they will have something to chew on for the rest of this round and figure out what they want to do up against a potential 15th. Oh, that's a chunky nade.
Oh my god, again. G-Manchu, last player remaining. Don't even know if he can snag one out of this. Does get a body shot. That's going to be it. 14th round for Third Impact. And now it's intense. Because now RBG, their economy, it's pretty much coming to a halt. It's all or nothing for this Canadian squad. As now Third Impact, they can hold down the line. They can make their way into a 16 to 12 situation. But they just need to win this round right here. Loss bonus for RBG too. It's not great by any means. This is literally Third Impact's best opportunity to win this game.
And even if they don't win it here, they have the opportunity to win the next. They have enough money to buy up. That's rare for a T side, but they most certainly have it, and they have earned it with those convincing victories and with their unique style, I must say. Talked about it, not going towards window, kind of giving up mid control, and they've been playing it incredibly well, adapting to that play style and playing RBG quite well as a result. I think RBG, a lot of their take emphasizes middle, and with no early engagements and no early...
Well, looks like it will be the eventual A hit coming out from RBG. There's a big rotation back to the sites in haste from Third Impact. The nade will do some damage, the streak will do more, but still the bomb plant will come through from the T side. It's a 5v5 retake, and Third Impact will have to be careful with their time. There's still some smoke and a Molotov for Pony to use to stall out the retake, but there's 2 Molotovs, 2 nades for the side of Third Impact, and one of those will do more damage to Wiz. It is, though, getting up close personal. Insane, though, peeks out too far. JoJo unable to get the trade until his teammate falls. It's a 4v4. Double op on a retake, extremely harmful. More utility raining in, though, but Hexed on the backlines in towards CT can shut this all down and end the joys, but JoJo's into the Ninja. He's still holding. He's still alive, and Wiz might be alive, but he will not last long. It's going to be the 15th round for Third Impact now, as RBG, they had it all in that round, except for stopping the diffuser. That's all they needed to do there, but JoJo, with balls of steel, holds it down and gets Third Impact to a 15th round.
That's the content mentality. That's the ballsy mentality that JoJo is pretty much showcased throughout this entire playoffs, throughout this entire season thus far. But then again, RBG, they've shown quick, clean play only throughout this entire season. See if they can maintain that. They've got to be clutch, but instead, it's insane! He's only had 7 kills thus far in this game, but he shows up in the last round. 3 kills thus far, make it a 4th. Wiz is the last one remaining, and Insane with an ace. We have a second map, Third Impact in the lead, 1-0. What a round from Insane.
He nearly just doubled his kills in the last round of the half. At this point, they're going for content. They wanted him to get his confidence back. I felt like he was struggling throughout this map. He was, according to his scoreboard. But an ace at the end. What a way to gas up the players who needed it most going into map number 2.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Jeez.
I guess you could say that play was a little insane, huh?
That's a little below the belt. Hey, I think that's a little bit below even your pay grade here, Boggs.
Well, one thing's for sure though, Insane was a monster out towards B Apartments. It wasn't just that round. He had a couple rounds where he had a couple multi-kills from B Apartments, getting information and locking it down. So, I guess the thing is, you don't want to go B Apartments when Insane's on the balcony.
No, absolutely. He's been a menace this entire time, and that's really the job of a B anchor. I say that from experience here, Boggs. But I would like to think that, you know, every player on Third Impact had really their own role there in the CT side, whether it you know, mattered round by round or not, because again, that's really just how everyone needs to play that out. And I mean, that's just the huge difference between the CT side of RBG and the CT side of Third Impact. Third Impact, they weren't antsy by any means. They weren't over rotating. Really, all the communication, you could tell that it was pretty clean in a sense. Nobody really overthinking stuff in a sense. And in the end, it worked out for Third Impact, but RBG still kept it close. And if you remember, like I mentioned before, RBG has now, again, still a negative record on Mirage for this season, but looking forward to the next map, Inferno might be a little bit more even towards both sides, but this might be really the wild card that RBG has been waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, Inferno definitely should be going the way of RBG unless Third Impact have some read on him. I wonder what switch he has up his back sleeve or his little black coaching book, the coaching moleskin that literally every single coach in history has. But folks, before we depart for a quick break, please do follow that Twitch channel if you've been enjoying the cast, and follow us, the casters. I, of course, am Matt Boggs CS. With me is Pineboy_Supreme and Upmind_. Upmind will be departing us, so say goodbye to Upmind, but also don't forget to follow Ponage TV on Twitter, Ponage_TV, and we will be back after a quick break with Inferno between RBG and Third Impact. Well, folks,
You open it.
map number 2 is live here between Third Impact and RBG. Map number 1 came down to the wire, but it did go the way of Third Impact in the end. I believe it was 16-12 in favor of TI. But now we go to RBG's map pick, and Nate, this is a map that RBG is known to dominate on.
Match pause called. Just get that out of the way now. RBG, known to play this map. Like I said, I'm expecting this to go 3 now that Third Impact have confirmed that map 1 went their direction. But again, I'm not expecting anything too crazy to come out of Third Impact. They understandably chose the CT side. This map has a lot put onto those pistol rounds. When you win those pistols, you can easily get 6 or 7 rounds off of that. So I'm expecting that if Third Impact can win a pistol round, and this is an interesting call, a push down middle, they might just find success.
It's a chonkers Nate on a pony as well out towards Banana, but right now it's JoJo. 1 kill, 2 towards actually it was Decon with 1, but 2 kills in towards Mexico. The bomb is spotted. Viz aggressive out towards apartments, then they catch G-Man 2 crossing back through the tunnel. The bomb will make its way up Banana and over towards B, but Insane is there to lock things down, and if he even goes 1 for 1, that is more than enough here. But there's rotations coming in through CT, T-Connors, and Dangerous. Insane will not get anything. The bomb plant will come through. Dangerous crab walking across will not deal any damage, but Pony is on 1 point of health, Nate. It's all going to come down to what Hex can do realistically.
He's not to come in huge, but he's playing his pistol to its strength close in towards construction. He backs out. Maybe an opportunity here. T-Connors will take point, swing out, and give his life away. As he should. Swinging forward, he spots the first. He will get the kill, and Dangerous will find the second. T-Connors, strangely, not the player falling. But either way, the chaos will favor Third Impact as the defuse comes through, and it will be a first round for the CT side. Now, looking into the stats here, Bobs, it looks like RBG played this map 4 times, won it very convincingly every time, so they are confident on this map. Still, though, Third Impact have played it 3 times and won it 2 out of those 3 times. So, neither team playing it as their heavy rotation map, and still, although RBG are favored, I do think Third Impact can have some impact in this map.
Oh, they definitely can. I mean, they took down our good friends. I believe they took down. Wait, was it Mirage or was it Dust or was it Inferno? Actually, I think against Big Chone it was Inferno. I mean, DVL, I thought it could correct me there, but I know that it was one of those 2 maps. Nuke was the decider, but I think it was an overtime victory against Big Chone on Inferno, or 16-14, one of the 2, that Third Impact actually won. Oh, it was Nuke and Overpass. Then who did they beat on Inferno? Anyways, I know Third Impact had a very good win on Inferno against a team in playoffs. Oh, it was Addis? Thank you. DVL helping me out. But,
Also beat Lethal Divide, I think.
huh?
Lethal Divide on Inferno.
Oh, they just did beat Lethal Divide on Inferno last time, too. That was like, what, 16-7?
16-7.
Yeah, that was a stomp match. So, in fact, are no slouches on this map either.
It's looking better and better. It's a force buy from RBG, and it's already not paying off. 5 versus 3. Boost will come in. Nate as well should do some damage, as the retake will come in. 5 versus 3. Still everything going in the favor of Third Impact, as now they will push forward. JoJo, the perfect timing to find the first demon, is only good for 1. The AK has to come in huge, but Hex, he can only find 1 before falling. The second round is also a convincing victory for Third Impact, as they absolutely dominate the force buy of RBG.
They do indeed, and that's a chance for RBG to, at the very least, really thin out the economy of Third Impact and at the very most steal away around. But RBG failed to do either, Nate. Instead, Third Impact still have their rifles. They come out of it with an AK as well. JoJo's still going to sit on the MP9 and try and get more cash here so we can have an op on the round number 3, or round number 4, rather. And up against him, there's unarmored players, 2-3 Deagles, a Tech 9, a P250, 3 flashbangs, and a smoke. Not the best of even half buys, all things considered, for RBG. And that nade plus the Molly Tombo, that's going to demolish Hex down in logs. He will need some logs to create a funeral pyre there. It's a 5v4 early on.
At this point in the game is flawless rounds for the Impact, and they might not just find that 2 kills go the way of RBG, make that 3. They have the advantage. Never count out the pistols on a map such as Inferno. Now Dangerous and T-Connors rotating in with the rifles in hand. The bomb as well coming in. Looks to be a 2-on-3 retake, and with RBG on the AK for Walco, it's a most certainly doable round here for RBG. Smokes will go down. They'll be studious on their site take. as the bomb plant now is inevitable. Smoke will come forward. It looks like third impact want to put us together. Going quick. The flash is awkward, but he will get through. Dangerous finds the first ponies in the smoke. That's the X factor here. The Deagle could find success. It's all on Dangerous. He doesn't look for it. He will be spammed away. Pony finds that kill. T-Connor is now marooned on the site alone in the 1 versus 2. He has a rifle to contend with towards the short side. And actually 2 rifles now as Pony rotates around. This is virtually unwinnable now. Pony.
It is.
What a good shot.
Of course, that's the round RBG are able to win. I mean, they had a force buy in the last one, and they go into this round with a far worse buy than Third Impact, and somehow come out of it with 3 alive, or 2 alive at the end.
Never understand it. It's Inferno. You can't get tilted by those pistol rounds because so much of this map relies on those close angles where the pistols can just thrive. We can see it's a force by coming in from Third Impact, and they have no problem buying up a P250 on T-Connors and a Deagle on Insane. Those pistols can still find plenty of impact. As now Viz, he'll line up the first and nearly the second. But to no avail. Only a 4-on-5 now. RBG looking to go towards B.
Dangerous and T-Connors are there, though helmets on all 4 remaining RBG players, though, so the P250 will be a double team at the very least. There is a smoke still in the hands of T-Connors and a flash, but it's just going to be a rotation back towards CT and a retake setup for Third Impact. All 5 players grouping up to come through 1 or 2 choke points. It's a risky call, but it definitely might work, especially with 2 Molotovs in this retake, 3 smokes, the nade still in hand, the flash things in full force as well. Utility flying in from both sides, but still no move has been made by Third Impact. Pony clearing up towards the top of Flower Pots. Will actually maybe miss the boat on it, but Hex away with 2 kills. Pony with 1 more. It's all down to Dangerous and Viz. The 2 M4s that were purchased up for Third Impact, but they're just going to run for the hills here. They're going to save what they have and try again in the next round and try and keep Third Impact or RBG off of that 3rd round, but either way, RBG will win a very convincing second against the force of Third Impact. And a very strong T side would be just the medicine RBG needs to send us to news sooner rather than later.
RBG already looking scary on their map pick. We're just in the early stages of this map. They had a disadvantage going into that take. 4-on-5. They lost their first towards the middle. Didn't do any damage there. And yet they still took the site and played it together. They played even with, like I said, 4-on-5. Disadvantage on paper. They get the post plants. They use the utility to maximal effectiveness. And they find around now 30 impact on the save. 2 rifles could be spanners in the works, but the spam is going to come in. That's going to do a lot of damage here. Viz needs to be careful here in the long haul.
He really does need to be careful. But I think Bill needs to be careful too. He has no health really to lose. He has no armor behind it. He's already down to 71 points of it. Still, I feel like RBG really should be sending feelers around the map before they make their overall decision. If they walk into this A stack, they will most likely come out of it with very few players alive if they even win the round. But Wiz will be the first contact and actually takes a lot of damage. A push is coming in mid. G-Man Chew on the flank will get 1. Walko, Wiz, and Walko with more. Wiz will get a double as well. Viz will take down 2. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a very good round for RBG as their money is out of control now, Nate.
3 players surviving.
Yeah.
That's the magic number. T-side, they can keep doing that. Their money's already flourishing. Look at that. Everybody on the board above 3K. Hex sitting at 8.8. Wiz 8.75. Pony at 5.6. The T-side economy is already looking oppressive, and we're still in the early stages of this map. Third Impact, they go for a subpar buy. It's 2 M4s and 3 MP9s. It's an iffy call, but it might just work.
It's all they can manage. They literally have nothing else in the bank. They wanted utility. And given that it is Inferno, I do agree with that, but it's something that you were talking about too, Nate, is that the pistols, the SMGs are so good on this map. It is Inferno after all.
Yes, it is. MP9s, pistols, like we talked about, the lesser investment that might just pay off for the significant economic burden that is the CT side. Flash will coming towards the middle. Again, RBG playing it quite slow. They have won 4-on-5s before. This round could be no different. Third Impact, they need to play this round as they would any other.
Very slow default still from RBG. Banana control as well as top middle. Still, the bomb is bottom mid, and it will actually make its way back towards A. There still is the 3-2 setup for Third Impact, as they have not had a need to overstack one side or the other, just the typical 3 players on A. They do have the M4 in the hands of Viz. He already has 1 kill, but it's 2 MP9s that are left on the site. Actually, never mind. No, Jojo has the M4. He's returning back towards Speedway, but that contact should just bring him back. Viz will get a dink on the pony out of it as well. Insane, though, is a little bit low. Viz, though, will get one more before he falls. Insane is back on site, and Jojo coming in from Moto will try and stall this push. He's up in Graveyard now, but there are AKs trained on his position. He will get one before he is taken down in the end. Dangerous and company will have to rotate in. Insane still not dead yet. Will find one more, and Hex will die to the hands of Dangerous with the bomb in hand. The op is recovered. An AK for T. Connors, and the buy works out for Third Impact. The half buy, the broken buy, really. It was a full investment, but they did not have the best of guns. That's going to force a timeout coming out of the hands of RBG.
I had to guess. Actually, Boggs, the money of RBG is fantastic. I'm going to postulate here that this is a pause from Third Impact because we thought last round was a bad buy. This round should have been no different, but it's actually much better. I would have said, given their full investment in the last, that this round would have been just as bad. However, they're proving me wrong immediately. I started making my point, and now I'm eating my own words. They'll have a better buy than the last. Okay, that's toxic. Insane, still on the MP9, but he has the utility. T. Connors, M4, lack of utility, but he's gotten all of his bases covered. Hits across the board is what you love to see. And RBG, they'll have a convincing buy again. Still enough money in the bank as well to probably buy in the next should they lose. So, Third Impact, they still have 2 more rounds to win in order to break the economy of the T side.
That's the thing about the T side, too. You continue getting bomb plants, but Wiz, that's a great read onto Jojo, expecting the boost. And down goes the op early for Third Impact. It's picked up and recovered by Insane. But he's not necessarily going to be the one you look out for with the big green gun in hand. That's usually Jojo or even a player like Dangerous or T. Connors. Double nade stack onto Oranges. Dangerous is down for the count. And 2 picks for the price of 0 damage taken. RBG are winning the market right now. Stonks are high for them. But still, they're not making a move one way or the other. They're waiting for more aggression, more info peaks from Third Impact. And actually, Third Impact have completely given up the A site. If there's a feeler there, Pony over towards apartments. If he gets a little more hungry for info, he will discover that before his team walks into the stack.
It's looking like it might be a B take here, though. He's just lurking ever so slightly towards the apartments. Below, not even in. He's holding for the push to come in. RBG, that's where their success lies, catching those players onto their aggressive pushes. Walco will find the first. That's the boosted player. It will be a B take. The last 2 players are present. The off jumping through. Insane. He is saved by his teammate. No, he will fall. As T. Connors is now alone, they know he is on the B site. And now T. Connors will have to try and save this op for the next. It should be a 4th round for RBG. And an aggressive hunt as well. All 3 of the 4 players rather are hunting aggressively. Boxing him in towards B. When he needs to do the damage. He'll find the first. Running away. Many more to come.
XT has a good angle on the cross, though will survive the initial shot, but up on the coffins is a great shot by T. Connors. He'll go for more, and it's all down to the op of Wiz to keep this op out of the hands of the CT side. And Wiz will be the last alive, and he will be the one to win that out. It does come down to the wire, but those were all consolation frags for Tom Connors. This does go the way of RBG now as they have a lead on the T side of Inferno. Another map similar to Mirage, which is a little bit more on the side of it could go either way. But Inferno, I guess, less players or less teams win on the T side now that the Krieg is no longer the most overpowered gun in the game.
Every map has the opportunity for the T's to run away with it. It's kind of getting increased by the economy of the T side. So right now RBG looking fantastic. They can make this round a flawless victory or a near flawless one. 4 players surviving. They can start to build that economy once again. We saw in rounds previous, and it's looking flawless right now. 1 player left is Viz, and he's taken out immediately. Pony through the edge finds that final kill. 3-5. Third Impact. Beginning to slip away.
It is indeed.
Slowly. Yeah. It's not looking good, Bugs.
There is the chance they can recover here with this buy. But this buy, again, is not the best. Utility lacking on 2 players. They do have 4 Molotovs. That is something going for them. But they lack the op on JoJo. Dangerous is relegated to an MP9. And RBG have been pretty much walking over Third Impact wherever they really want to go.
This round looks to be a much faster one. Towards middle is the call. Double stack doesn't really pay off. 1 for 2, as Insane is only able to find 1 before falling. The A side has been taken. T Connor's rotating out towards B. It will be another round for RBG as they take their 6th, doubling the score of Third Impact.
This isn't even going to be a contested round by Third Impact either. The A side of Inferno becoming one of the hardest sites to retake in all of Counter-Strike. And Third Impact will hedge their losses now and save for the next round, but that's the thing, that's the problem with Inferno, Nate. It's that so many times you just have to save when that A side gets taken that the other team just completely gets an out-of-control T side. It's something that's plagued Triumph a lot of times as well on their Inferno battles. And it's something that might just start to plague Third Impact here, is that call where it's like, okay, they got the side, crap, just save. They're not going to have that. I mean, chances are you're not going to win the retake, but there is something that could come back for them. There is always that chance that you can win a retake. Might not be the highest chance, but when you keep on playing the odds, eventually the risk that you have to take has so much less reward for the risk because it's already an out-of-control scoreline.
Very out of control. RBG, they could run away with this. Their money's looking great. Again, similar form as last time. 5.8 is the lowest amount of money in the bank for one of these players. Third Impact, a lackluster save, 2 Eagles, 2 M4s, and the MP9, along with next to no utility, only present on T Connors and Viz. Should be 7th round for RBG, and Third Impact, they need to start finding impact even in these save rounds. They need to start chipping away at the economy, whether it's a buy or whether it's a save. They need to get this under control to prevent RBG from running away with this first half.
I don't know if they have what it takes, though. I don't know if Third Impact have the Inferno that stands up against RBG. I feel like Nuke is going to have to be that final map. And I feel like it's kind of faded, too, where Nuke would be the maps that we all decide the factors on. And while Third Impact are a good Nuke team, I consider them a top 3 Nuke team in Advanced, RBG are pretty much the best Nuke team in Advanced. And if RBG can continue hitting their shots like they are right now and towards the tail end of Mirage, I feel like Third Impact will be up a creek without a paddle, and they probably will be ending up in the 3rd place team in Advanced, getting a good seed for relegation, but still not that chance for the guaranteed MDL spot that they would like. Again, the picks go out on A, the side is taken, RBG will get the plant down, and Third Impact will most likely save, unless it's a little risky leaving your op to hold your flank, and they do pay for it, especially as the MP9 will roll over. The retake actually will come through this time for Third Impact. They have enough money to buy in the next round, so they will go for it here. Dangerous and T Connors, 2 quick kills. It's down to Walco now. The tables have turned. A flashbang will ward them off from a peek, but surely they know that the flashbang came from Moto, right? Surely they realize that.
Should. Smoke will go down. Defuse will come in. I don't think he's positioned to catch
not.
this player. No, he's not. T-Connors gets the double dink as well to add insult to injury. Third Impact. The save round works out. They get the op as well. They get everything.
How does that round work for Third Impact? I don't know why. There are some games where the eco rounds tend to work better than the guns for some teams. And it was an eco round that really flipped the script for RBG to get back on the board. And now, here's Third Impact's chance. Third Impact could still get a 9-6 half out of this or an 8-7. This is not a terrible spot for them to be in now. Aggression out from Viz, though, could completely undo everything, especially as there is the alt mid push, but Viz will take down 2 here. He's looking for more. Pony will trade it out. JoJo will strike for 1. Viz falls in Apartments is Insane will lock it down. And G-Man 2, the last alive, is in a 1v4. The op will scope in on his angle, and JoJo will finish it here. A brace of frags for both Viz and JoJo. As Third Impact will grab another round, they will grow within 1. The money on RBG is still more than enough to buy into this round. They are just sitting pretty when it comes to cash.
Yes, they are, but that economy I talked about, the flourishing economy, 2 rounds prior to RBG, 5.8 staying in the bank at minimum for each player, is now dwindled away to next to nothing. At this point, if they lose this round, they'll probably be staring down a save, and that would be amazing for Third Impact. That would give them the advantage at half, as things begin to look lackluster. Dangerous, taken out immediately towards B. T-Connor's naded down as well. If there's a second, he would have met a grisly fate, but still a chance at recovery here for Third Impact, given the poor start.
Indeed, it has been a bit of a poor start by Third Impact, but they can still right their wrongs here. They can very easily bring it back to a respectable scoreline, Nate. The only question is, will they be able to do that before things get too far gone? Again, they're stacking these players towards B, but I think the bomb is still going to go back A. It's all fake. The RBG squad is content sending 2 players in to die, but it's only going to be Hex now. He is on low HP, and JoJo's going to rotate out. He might just get caught out from one of these 2 angles. He was caught out one, missed the shot, and that will be the round for RBG. Surely Third Impact can't get away back into this.
I think this is just slightly missed his window of opportunity. Yes, he has. He'll fall away. It will be a 7th for RBG as they do recover. But Third Impact will have no problem buying into the next. They have another opportunity to stave off the T-side advantage, as it will be a 7th round for RBG.
At this point, though, I don't think there is a world we don't see RBG win the T-half. Their money, again, will grow fine because they have all 5 alive here in what could have been a swing round. And Third Impact, well, they'd have to win 3 rounds in a row to bring it to need 7. And we haven't really seen Third Impact with any strings of significant rounds. So, as it stands right now, RBG definitely the better team here on Inferno, at least on the offense. And if history is anything to go by, they should be the better team on defense as well.
Should be a formidable opponent through and through. We'll see if Third Impact know their stuff on the T-side. That's the big question. As Third Impact still have another opportunity here. It's going to be a difficult one to get the advantage at half. It'd need to be a flawless 3 rounds in a row, but it's not out of the window of opportunity as of yet. Even if that window is swiftly closing, they have another shot. It'll be a buy for both teams. Similar buys for Rifles and the Op, as it will be a peek towards B. Wiz shoots in between the players, but he'll still find success with the follow-up. An early advantage as T-Connors is dispatched. And now RBG, again, content with the early advantage. They can play it slow and just throw fakes throughout the round.
Yeah, good little field goal from Viz, and he got the actual kill in the end, too, so he doesn't have to feel too bad about it. I mean, maybe he can get a job in the NFL after he's done with his CS career. Who knows? But Dangerous, he will fall away as Insane has relinquished the control of Top Banana as well. Smart call by Third Impact. They got capitalized, but Viz, though, he takes a dink. But that's all he'll get. He will not do anything more. G-Man-Chu is low, but it's a 2-man disadvantage for Third Impact now. And they put themselves in hot water yet again. They continue to be unable to bring things back into their favor after losing that first man. And then once it goes further down, it's just a downward spiral of them losing players on unnecessary peaks and over-aggression.
Dangerous in a one-and-done spot. He's taken out, and that's the sign. JoJo and Insane saving towards A. RBG have gained the advantage at half. Set 8 minimum. They have the opportunity to get double digits at 10. And a very solid start on their T side.
I wouldn't be surprised to see 10 now, Nate. I would not be shocked to see RBG put a 10 in that win column.
Third Impact have another shot in the next round.
They do.
Dangerous, Viz, and T-Connors can all buy.
They do, but the way that Third Impact is playing their CT side, it just doesn't seem like their successes are very repeatable. They're unreliable, and you're just not going to win many rounds like that. And the way RBG is playing, you're getting a lot of joy. So, from what I'm seeing here, Third Impact either have to have a massive change of play style here on their CT side to be able to even bring it back to a 9-6. 7-8 would be the best option for them. But if they don't have anything up their sleeve, it's going to be that 10-5 because RBG are picking them apart one by one.
I want to see JoJo do something. He's 5-11. He struggled on this map. It's a tricky map to op on. And T-side is going to be much worse. than CT side. So I want to see him take initiative, and this is exactly what I wanted to see. A straight peek towards B, but this is the round not to do so. Walco and Hex getting aggressive. They'll find him through the edge of the smoke. And another early advantage for RBG on their map pick here of Inferno.
RBG definitely showing why they wanted to pick Inferno. They are doing exemplary work here. The double stack still is on Banana. I don't know if they will expect that, but there's no utility for these two players. Dangerous and Insane have nothing left on their belts. There's a kit for Insane, but that's it. And, well, the boost will come in. Insane will trade it out. Hex will fall as well. And Insane, well, he might have had a very quiet Mirage. He stepped things up with an ace to end it. Oh. And now Insane and Viz are trying to bring this back to the favor of Third Impact. It's a 4v1. Wiz has the op. I don't even know if he'll be able to get the bomb down. But Third Impact are trying their hardest to bring this back to a respectable scoreline and do what they can on the T side to potentially win this map and avoid having to play Nuke against the best Nuke team in Advanced.
Last player alive, Wiz caught by the timing by Viz. The duel that we've been talking about, Viz on Wiz. It will be Viz to take the victory here. As it will be 8-6. Third Impact again, 7-8 is most certainly doable now.
It is indeed. And that would be the ideal situation. Not the best situation, but at this point, this would be ideal for them. They would like to have had a half win at the very least. A 9-6 would have been more comfortable. But still, an 7-8 deficit, it's still doable on the comeback, especially if you win that T-side pistol round. All this utility, though, flooding up Banana. Dangerous might just get caught out here. But no, both he and T. Connors will be able to fall back to sight. The counter nade will do more damage as his pony's already low. Walco takes a bunch more. And a rotation from Insane is here to bolster the B defenses.
No early advantage for RBG, which we've seen them get time and time again. Third Impact, they're slowing things down, they're playing it together, and they have a good read here. 3 players towards B for both teams. Walco and T. Connors even trade, but T. Connors gets the second. He'll fall back as well. An early advantage for Third Impact, and finally a recovery here in the first half. Right at the time it was needed.
Indeed, a good end to a half can always spur you on to the next half. Potentially on to victory. It's still going to be a 3v2 take for RBG, though, with a minimal amount of utility for Third Impact. They still have a Molotov to stall on T. Connors. A flashbang as well, but that's all they have left. The M4s in hand are going to have to do the brunt of the work, and this Molotov from Hex should land perfectly. Indeed, it does. The bomb seems to be leading the charge for RBG. This could be costly here. It's going to get caught out first as T. Connor swings for his third. He'll drop a flash as well and look for more. Wiz is peering in with the op as G-Man-Chu has the rifle in hand, but still the shot will not connect through the boxes. Dangerous swings, spots out one in the pits. G-Man-Chu will push in, but T. Connors has 4, and Wiz will fall to him as well. The ace for Tom Connors. Well, the man has like 5 or 6 different monitors on his desk. He turned all of them on for that round.
The control center is active, and he had it trained on each and every player. My goodness. T. Connors. Again, going into the second half, that is a massive, massive just bolster. He knew he doubled his skills there as well. He had, what, 7 prior to that?
I believe so, yeah.
8. I think he had 8. Plus that kill, or those 5, and makes him at 13 as the half concludes. You love to see it, and that gives you confidence going into the second half. Into the pistol, which is a very important pistol here. At 2, if they can get this pistol, keep the momentum going, build that economy on the T side, they could end it here 2-0.
A 2-0 win for Third Impact would be absolutely massive, taking down the number 2 seed in the regular season, the highest seed remaining in ESEA Advanced of RBG, and arguably the best fundamental team in Advanced. This is a team that has had the same core throughout multiple seasons, I believe 3 seasons now of Advanced. This is a team that hasn't changed their roster in 3 seasons of Advanced, if memory is serving me right. And they have worked on their fundamentals. They have worked on their maps. They have drilled themselves to be the best cohesive unit they could possibly be. But for them, they've always failed to finally get things across the line and finally be able to qualify to MDL, despite numerous chances. And well, for RBG, they would love nothing better than a rematch against former MDL squad Thunder Logic in that grand final of ESEA Advanced, but a 2-0 loss for RBG sets them down to the lower bracket in a duel with Third Impact. Loser of this series will get third place in advance. Both these two teams have definitely qualified for MDL relegation, and they will both have good seeds they will have good seeds in the relegation process regardless of the result of here. Of course, one team will have a better one than the other. One team will get a free pass, but to go back to that grand final that actually looms over the head of both these two teams, they start a map down against Thunderlogic in a best of 5.
I did not imagine Thunderlogic getting all the way through.
I didn't.
Thunderlogic, they were an MDL team last season.
Yeah.
And they lost MDL. So I figured Thunderlogic, after that loss, I think they switched some players around. I didn't really think they'd bounce back this quickly, and oh my goodness, they have. They've become the favorites in the final now. They have gotten and earned their one map advantage, and it's hard to see them punting that away. That being said, if there's a team to do that, RBG, you talked about it before, a core that stayed together for multiple seasons, they have the depth of a map pool because of that time together to win with the map disadvantage. So if there's a team to take down Thunder Logic, I would say it's RBG.
I think Third Impact has a better style to counter Thunder Logic, though, because Thunder Logic is kind of just run around and shoot, and Third Impact can do that very well themselves. RBG kind of got stumped by Thunder Logic in their series a couple days ago because of Thunder Logic's unpredictable and volatile playstyle.
Yes, they do. So that could also catch them off, but I still think the map pool for RBG should just be that much better for a best of 5. We'll have to see them. First, they have to beat each other.
Indeed, they do.
As the very slow pistol as well. 5-on-5 as we cross the minute mark. 1 set of utility on Insane. 2 sets for the CT side. Kit on Wiz as well. So it appears at least to be an apartment pop.
This is such a slow pistol. They're going to execute with about 40 seconds to go. 45, the first smoke will fly. A flashbang goes high. Hext will dodge. There's nothing to blind him. The second one does, though. Viz does take some damage, but they're going to flood out of apartments. The Halls pop comes in. There's still a player on site. Another rotation, but Hext is not done just yet. Jojo eliminates Walco. Hext will fall to Viz, but Wiz on site doubles down and brings it to a 2v2. The plant comes in from Insane, but it's down to Insane and T. Connors, and Insane has no armor. Neither does G-Man Chu, but G-Man Chu has himself a nade. And Pony has the angle onto Insane, takes a shot, does not land the damage just yet, eventually will, and they know where T. Connors is. They are homing in on his position, and eventually they will eliminate him in the pits unless he can dodge the bullets, but he will not get a single frag here. The kit is recovered as well, but the plant comes through from Third Impact, and they will have their bye in the next round.
Fantastic. RBG. I liked the ending play there. Didn't even pull out the utility. G-Man, instead, playing it close to the chest with his teammate. He knows that there's not enough bullets remaining in that Glock to get both, and just going for the straight battle of attrition to win the round. RBG now ahead by 2. Every advantage now going into the second half. Third Impact, they will go for the conservative call as well. It's pistols across the board with a dash of utility, but no Kevlar, no big investments.
I like
They're
it.
just saving for the third round. Yeah, you do like it.
I really
love to see it.
It's definitely a change of mentality from Third Impact, but I think it's the right one. They want to have the best guns possible to take on RBG. They want to have the utility that's there. And, well, this round's kind of a throwaway. They get a bomb plant. Sure, they'd be happy, but at this point, they just want a couple kills. But they just don't get anything neat. That's a mop-up. Absolute mop-up for RBG. 3 kills for Walco as well in the SMG. And, well, 10 rounds finally on the board for RBG. I thought it would come through a lot earlier. I thought it was going to be a 10-5 half, but Third Impact battled back to an 8-7, but RBG finally do grab their 10 rounds. This spy is so slanted in the favor of Third Impact, though. Full AKs, full utility, up against 2 FAMASs, an M4, and 2 MP9s. The MP9s honestly scare me more than the FAMASs in this instance, and the lack of utility on both Walco and Wiz are costly, but Hex has already taken some damage. These taps that they enjoy.
He's still pushing forward, though. 2 players in there, and in fact, Hex will find the first. T-Guards is going to trade. He'll double it down. Wiz and Hex both dispatched. Now suddenly a disadvantage turned into an advantage. Walco walking through the smoke might just find that player. It's all up to the timing, and he won't find it. 3-on-4. The MP9 in the backline could just pull it out. We'll have to see exactly what impact Walco can have with that weapon, as the remaining 2 players will come from the arch side. Bomb plant in back of sight. Dangerous planting for the pit. This round has the makings of a Third Impact round.
Oh, Insane, a great spot to take down one more. And now, Walco and Pony might just want to cut their losses here, take the AK into the next round at the very least, but Walco's walking out of apartments. There's a flank on both sides. He gets caught by Viz. Pony will run for the hills here, but he might not be able to save either.
Save is only an MP9. I don't think they won't even want to hunt this weapon down.
They shouldn't.
They'll let him save an SMG for the next. RBG will have a buy going into it. But third impact, with 4 players surviving, they can be very happy with this 8th round.
See some people saying that the volume might be a little low for us, and game volume might be a little too high, so I'll lower that game volume a little bit. Put us to maximum as well, so let me know if it's fine in the chat. Aside from that, it was a good round, a first gun round for third impact, and if you look at the money on RBG, it is pretty broken here. M4s are out, but utility is low. They have 2 kits, but no helms across the board, and third impact have a good chance to be able to bring it to a tie if they're able to win this round and the following anti-eco. Definitely both teams have had trouble with the anti-ecos in this game, but they can shut it down in the end. Aggressive push from the RBG, but it's going to be shut down by Insane. Pony might have got 1, but 2 go back the way of third impact, and a 4v3 definitely favors the T side. The push is coming in towards B. There is 1 player in towards CT. It is Wiz. He's going to try and stop the plant. Viz is a little late on his lurk towards apartments as all 3 players from RBG are already up towards church. The plant comes through, and Viz can rotate quickly. Their Molotov to stall a church rotation as 2 players will make their way into back and towards back banana. Dangerous and Insane will abandon the site, leaving Jojo to defend from Emo. But the flank is coming in from Viz. Now he spots out 1. I believe he spotted out 2. He will at least pounds for 1. And that should just about end the dreams of RBG in this round.
Flawless catch, RBG. At that point, going for exits, trying to save their weapons. Well done from third impact, taking all the weapons out of their hands. We kind of talked about it. Third impact saving so often in their first half, but RBG now unable to do so whatsoever, and now forced onto what is a very shoddy force buy here.
The auto shoddy. The XM comes out for Hexed. One of my favorite guns to watch in this game, and on a map like Inferno can always do a significant amount of damage. Over to the apartment, it was a great spot for it, but Walco had the scout. He gets taken down early. Wiz will pick it up too, but the Molotov and the damage will force him away. He's down to 12 points of health, and already third impact have a kill and almost another. Walco, or Wiz rather, is a dead man walking. Aggression from Hex, though, might be able to find something out towards apartment, but no, instead, he will meet his maker as well, as Viz continues his great form in this series, and adds another kill to his account. Wiz, though, pushing in. CZ in hand will eliminate 1. Grab himself nothing but the CZ in the XM, and he will be hunted down as well. No AK save. Jojo grabs the XM now, as his AK, I believe, is landing down to the bottom of the stairwell. The rotation coming in from G Manchu and Pony might just be to save that AK, but this was a full investment from RBG, and they've gotten absolutely nothing for it, and they're going to have to save at the end of this next round, unless they want to go for another force, because G Manchu might just save the AK, but still, it's not a good spot for RBG to be in regardless, and either way they want to play it, it's still going to end very roughly. If they get a buy, if they save, they have a hero AK, but it's still a really, really bad spot.
I'm so confused. All right, Jojo's hunting with an auto shotty. That's all I'm focused on right now. I don't want to say why not, but I also do want to say why not. It looks like he will be able to circle back around for the rifle. It's still very, very confusing call. RBG, they will save these 2 players. They have the AK on one, the Kevlar on the other. It is a worthy save. Third impact won't swing out in time. Just the post-match ticks are too short on ESEA. As 10-10, tied ball game, and third impact, all the cards are stacked in their favor.
Yeah.
Kits, not kits, but utility, armor, everything they need. The kits actually are in their favor. There's no kits on the CT side.
Third impact have more kits than the CT side. They have the bomb, which technically is a kit of some sort. It's an explosive kit.
Yes, it is.
Look at this apartment stack, though. There's 3 players positioned up in apps. Well, 2 on the balcony, and then 1 in the mini pit. a third rotation came over from G-Man-Chu, but he's going to make his way down Speedway and back towards B, where Pony has the hero AK, but there's 4 players from the third Impact side here going for this execute. Smokes are in, make it 5 as JoJo will join the roster. Molotov's through. Pony's isolated a Molotov, might just push him forward through that smoke. They've heard him get hit by the Molotov itself. The plant will come in. It's a 5v5 hold. And well, G-Man... Tom?
2, just 2 through the smoke. It's the 5th monitor. You can see it.
Is there something you're not telling us, Tom?
Oh, no, check him. It's an online tournament, but check him.
Get Galas on the case, boys.
Okay, let's calm down. Okay, don't call people out by name. 4 and 5. At this point, the money from third Impact is already so amazing that another flawless round pushes them over the edge. It's like to the point where they should be able to buy almost every round from here on out.
Yeah. And if they keep all 5 alive too, this would be just insult to injury at this point, as they've taken very minimal casualties in all of these T rounds. Pony will save the AK again. That's the only bright point that RBG have had in these last few rounds, is the fact that they've been able to save an AK. And all things considered, Nate, that is anything but bright. In fact, it's kind of just like a little pinhole of hope when everything around them is just black vacuum.
Always have hope. All right, if I've learned anything from Star Wars, it's that. So just keep on having that hope. RBG, a team that at this point playing so much together, they don't get tilted, they don't get angry at each other. They should keep their mindset relatively clear from start to finish. That being said, third Impact, they might have just secured it. Still going for the tried and true 5 AK buy. RBG buy down to the bone here. Pony the only one with any money left in the bank, as third Impact look so comfortable and so at ease on Inferno.
They do look really comfortable on this T side. Their CT side looked really weak, but then they finished it off very strongly, winning 2 rounds to bring back their 7-8. Including the ace from T. Connors. G-Man-Chu sprays for damage, but takes his own life in return. As now Hex will get caught in mini pit. Walko on site will be good for 1, but only 1. It's a 4v2 hold on the ace site. Wiz has an idea that there's somebody up on the balcony, but he pushes through, will get 1, but the Molotovs will spread, and T. Connors will fill him full of holes, as Pony, the last alive here, is trying to come in, and actually will just save the AK again. Pony saving 3 rounds in a row, as third Impact move to 12 on the board. And well, RBG's CT half, Nate, has crumbled.
It has. The T side, the money's getting out of control. They buy every round no matter what happens. If RBG win 1 at this point, third Impact buy back into it, answer back, and reset their economy, and then just finish the game there. At this point, there's no easy way out for RBG. Pony collecting chickens. Truly desperate at this point.
Yeah. Don't
put all those eggs in one basket.
I think they are.
Although at this point he might have to. Yeah.
And here's the thing too about RBG. They do get really nervous when the pressure gets on them.
I can already tell they're getting antsy. Look at that. Even in that last round, they effectively had 4 players at that A site. 1 inside, 1 towards truck side, 1 in the pit, and 1 deep arch behind the smoke. And they all fell. With like 2 kills. 2 kills total on a 4-man stack towards A. And the A site arch wrap comes through. It's a great success.
Here comes a fast banana take early on. More utility going out towards A, though, as third Impact are keeping RBG honest on each site they go to. Pony has an op, actually. Walter will have the AK. A hero op coming out in this round, and it is positioned over towards B, where it looks like third Impact want to end, but JoJo's going aggressive. He takes out the op, or the AK rather, but that's 2 rifles back for the side of RBG. The op will not connect just yet. The no-scope comes in from Pony finally. Now it's a 4v3 in favor of RBG. Another rifle can be salvaged. The plant should come through. If they don't peek Pony, they will keep 3 alive in this post plant, though. It should be much better for them. Viz is going to play a very precarious spot on the coffins, and hopefully will not end in one of his own. But Pony's going to keep on holding that angle. Dangerous will fall as well, as Pony hits the no-scope. 2 no-scopes for Pony, a 1v4 for T. Connors. But it is the hero op that works out for RBG, as Pony, who's not the primary opper for RBG, will pick up 2 no-scopes plus another kill and salvage the round and potentially this map for RBG, as the red, black, gold will continue to stay alive here. It's 12-11. They did lose a lot of players, but they come out of it with 2 AKs, an op, and that glimmer of hope, Nate.
Never count out those half buys. Like I said, Pony saving 3 times in a row does pay off. He can drop the AK that he had brought through all of those rounds and pick up the hero op, and it does pay off. 2 no-scopes in that round. More effective without it than with it. And what a way. Now he'll shirk the responsibility of the zoomer to Wiz. RBG will put their buy together as Third Impact will switch things up. Third Impact, their money's so good. Even with the buy, the full reinvestment, Dangerous is over 10K. Jojo the lowest at 2K, but he bought the zoomer in this round. He wanted to switch things up, and that might just catch them out. Wiz hasn't really peeked into them and found the op.
It's a bit of a gamble, though, because the op on T-side Inferno, you know as well as I do, is not exactly the best call in a lot of scenarios. And with an aggressive team like Third Impact, the op could exactly be the actual detriment of this T side, but I guess they wanted something to counter Pony, because Pony on the op was pretty much unpeakable.
Jojo hasn't found much impact. He is the bottom on the T-side performance, so bringing out the op could be a way to unlock his potential. He's been struggling. Maybe he just needs that zoomer. Who knows? Maybe he's comfortable with it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Jojo used to be a rifler. This was his first season as an opper in ESEA Advanced, in any ESEA season as far as I'm aware, so definitely a role change for him, and he came out of it with the top stats during the regular season, but playoffs are a different story. And the regular season doesn't matter as long as you don't win the championship, in my mind. And right now, for Third Impact, they're getting picked apart by Wiz. They're just peeking one by one. Jojo will swing, but neither op will connect their shot. 5v3 now for RBG as they finally get something back. Jojo eliminates Hex at long last, but Walco is there for a trade. Jojo and T-Connors both low on health, and Walco will add another. Jojo should be down through that smoke as well, as Walco will get 3 kills, a hat trick for him on sight. And it is a 12th round on the board for RBG. They will keep 3 alive as well, so their money will be allowed to grow. But the money on Third Impact is still more than fine, although I think, oh no, another op will be picked up for Jojo, but there really hasn't been any aggressive peaks lately for RBG. And I think that's a big reason why the op is not exactly the best thing to have here. But we'll see if Jojo can get anything done with it. Wiz will take his towards top middle. A flashbang comes in. Jojo drops into Mexico, but still nothing will go their way. Oh, Insane just gets absolutely obliterated by that nade.
Double towards top banana. 5 on 5 at this point. Third Impact, they're chipping away their money faster than they should with those op investments. RBG, if they can continue to win these rounds with convincing player counts, they should bounce right back into it. Finally return to form, but Jojo, he'll find the opening and push in front of the Molotov as well. 5 on 4 now, another advantage for Third Impact, but the flash comes in. This should be the evener. Yes, it will. Walco finds that trade. 4 on 4. This does favor the T's on paper, but with Insane tagged down, Viz at about half HP, it will be an uphill battle. Viz taking point. He'll find the first. Second player in pit. Hex trying to survive on the smoke. He will find the first. A jumping player, but still many more to find, and he is stuck and virtually forced into the corner.
Good nade onto Hex as well. The Molotov will keep him at bay, but no, he has just enough room to eliminate Viz. In fact, it pushes him into the perfect position. T-Connors knows that there's at least one player coming in from the Moto side, and the Molotov will force Hex right into the scope or the crosshair of Dangerous. He'll deal more damage to Pony, but it's a 2v2, and health is low on the side of Third Impact. Time, though, starting to become a factor and move into their favor. Counter flash goes up for Dangerous. He'll throw another, but T-Connors has fallen. The bomb plant, though, is there for Dangerous. It's planted default. G-Man Chu pushes aggressive. And actually, no, it's not planted default. It is still planted for him, though, but he's out of ammunition. He is not spotted, and it's going to be a defuse. The kill comes in far too late for Dangerous. The money is still fine, and it's fine on both teams, but that's a critical round for RBG to grab. That is about as unlucky as it gets there, Nate.
As unlucky as it gets. Pause, understandably called, likely by Third Impact. Talk things over, rather. Slow things down. Don't want to give this away. They now have a disadvantage, down by 1. RBG as well should be able to buy up here. Actually, I did say it was a Third Impact pause, but judging by the fact that RBG have yet to purchase, this has to be an RBG pause. No way around it. Definitely talking things out. Likely called by their capable coach, Coach KJ. The buys will now come in. Of course, no question about it. They will go for the investment. Op as well on Wiz. Third Impact, they need to find their stride once more. They've been focusing on A, and they've recently been shirked off that site. I will say, Dangerous going pit last round, big X factor for me. That was fantastic. They bit the bullet, forced the engagement. Mid post plant, might I add, and that gave them a real shot. Unfortunately, it will not pan out. It's going to be a 4-man stack towards Banana. Well read by RBG. That's the best grunt you could ask for. It will be trades on trades on trades, but T-Connors will drop the bomb. It's insane alone. The nade will tag him down to 13. He's so far removed. At this point, it should be at 14th for RBG. Yeah, all 3 players here insane. Trying to fake the runaway. I don't know what the call was. A hard read?
It was just 4 stack from each team.
It was a straight rush from Third Impact and RBG, just a straight 4 stack. It was a hard read. That's the only way I can describe it. A hard read that somehow pans out and gives them penultimate map point.
That was one of the weirdest calls I've ever seen for both teams. A 4-stack early Banana against Guns, and then a full-on rush-up Banana from the other team walking right into that stack.
A weird round.
Yeah, that's a good way to put out flabbergasted at it still. But we have another round to get back into it, and Third Impact only have 1 more round as a margin for error. They cannot afford to lose 2, or they will lose this map, and we will head to Nuke, the primary map of RBG. But JoJo, he's eliminated Wiz on the big green, Opper on Opper. Although he does take a leg shot in return, it's still the opening pick for his squad, and it might just cause RBG to get a little antsy. Although they have already rotated 1 over towards the A site, they will continue the 3 players here on the A site, leaving just Pony alone on the B site. But we've seen what Pony can do on B. We've seen what Pony can do, but the one thing he did not have, or he had in that round but that he does not have now, was the big green gun. I think Third Impact, though, still content to go for this A hit, although they have no feelers out towards B. They seem content to just go guns blazing and see what they can do.
To be fair, there's only 2 players here to defend, and they're both in towards site. Hex and Walco. There's a 3rd player, passive arch, that's G Manchu. Likely won't be an issue here. Smokes go over. Take will commence smoke as a deep library. G Manchu's effectively removed from the fight. The wrap is coming in as well from Insane. All of this has all the makings of a Third Impact round. Oh no! Insane! Caught in the back. Let's hex the second. Dangerous finally finds an entry, but Walco's still kicking. T-Connors will find the one far away. Viz as well, finding the player's sight. Pony, it is doable. Somehow he's been given a 1-on-2. Kitten hand as well. It is most certainly not out of the realm of possibility. Nade will come in. Molotov try and stop the plant, but it won't. Coming away desperately. Viz narrowly avoids death. Oh my god, the spam is so very close. I don't know. It's the Matrix.
Fizz changed his name to Neo or something?
Definitely.
Oh, this is such a good play from the side of Third Impact too. Nobody peeking in onto Pony. And then take the right moment, take him down, and grab a 13th. They keep RBG away from that critical 15th round. The AKs will be back in the hands of Third Impact. No op for JoJo this time, so he cannot go for the direct peek against Wiz. But the money's in a very odd spot for RBG too, and actually RBG, they're going for pistols. It's P250's a Deagle and a USP. No utility really either, although this is a round that they have won before. But Third Impact might just be able to grab 14 rounds for essentially free here. And the fact that JoJo doesn't have an op to counter Wiz might not even come into factor.
A conservative call from RBG. They want to get the op in the hands of Wiz. They want to get the rifles. I believe 2, if not 3 players couldn't buy into this round. So it is indeed the conservative call. But again, Third Impact 14, a possibility to build up their bank. It's scary. Hex. The peek, and he will survive. In fact, he finds the dink. JoJo dispatched. The name stick opera we talked about. T-Connors finds 1, but Wiz gets a trade. Dangerous answering back. Viz as well in the apartment's finding 1. 3-on-2. Hex makes it a 3-on-1. It's Pony's alone. Now falling back, looking to go towards the site. These players are lit. He can find 2 here. Oh, but the window of opportunity closes.
Yep.
They'll fall away towards B. Pony will find a rifle for his troubles. He can save that AK for the umpteenth time. But it will be a 14th round for Third Impact.
I actually want to see how many times Pony has died here, because he's saved in so many rounds. He's died 13 times. Actually, he's died more than Walco. Which is interesting, because Pony's been the one who's been saving. I think I could count 4 or 5 rounds off the top of my head where Pony's just stayed alive.
He has been the lurking player. He has found great success, though. Breaking the rifle into the next round is not trivial. Some of his teammates are low on economy. Drop it over to G-Man or keep it for himself. Everybody else should be able to buy. It will be a tightly contended round, or a very contentious round, for what is essentially map point for either team. Series point for Third Impact. A chance to stay alive for RBG.
Well, it's going to be an AK saved, and that's no small feat. The AK definitely far superior than the M4, but 14 now on the scoreboard. 14 all. A timeout called, and I'm wondering who it's called by. I feel like it would be a smart call from RBG to try and stop the momentum of Third Impact, but I feel like Third Impact 2 has so much riding on this round that they could call a timeout and come up with a strat. Either team can really benefit from this timeout, and if it is an RBG timeout, they might have just given Switchy the time of day to really give up some sort of strat he has hidden in the back of his book.
I can tell you right now, Rush B has been called once in this game, and it was after a failure towards A. If Rush B is called now, it will find success. I want to see another Rush B call, and I want to see it work out in favor of Third Impact, full disclosure.
You want to see Rush B?
I want to see it. Well, the tried and true classic.
There's a double op setup for RBG now. It's Wiz and Pony on the op is a very scary character, and he's over towards B. And I'm kind of glad the Third Impact aren't looking like a Rush B early on, because I don't want to see them get mowed down by Pony again. That was brutal what we saw from him before, and that was on a much weaker buy than what they have now. But for Third Impact, they have stalled things out. They're burning through a lot of the utility of RBG, who've used about half of their utility total in the first 25 seconds of this round.
They have, and that's not boding well. That being said, RBG's just setups in general with their rifles towards A site have been formidable. We've seen them hold it convincingly, so utility isn't too big of an issue. That being said, it would most certainly be useful in the late round.
Well, looks like it might be a feeler over towards B in the hands of Insane, but no, it's Wiz who gets caught with his pants down. He somehow is able to pull them up and run away before he trips and falls at the hands of Viz. But no picks going either way just yet mean that still Walco actually going to open things up in towards apartments. It's a huge opening pick. That's going to signal the Third Impact to head back towards B, but they have an unwelcome surprise there. It's going to be Pony on the big green gun. While G-Man Chu might have fallen away, the utility from Third Impact is going to have to be perfect to force Pony into a bad spot. Flashbang, smokes, Molotovs all running in. Insane already tagged low, but Pony's going to strike for one. Maybe a second as well towards New Box, but no, he gets sideswiped by JoJo. G-Man Chu from Church will send Insane up to heaven, but now the damage dealt to T. Connors. JoJo has a lot of work to do, but he's found his gun of choice, and this is his time to come alive. All the rotations are coming in through CT spawn. And while T. Connors is low on health, T. Connors will actually get the Bogdan.
Bogdan's law. I'd love to see it. I'm just going to say it. I love to see it. That being said, JoJo, that was his opportunity to shine.
Oh.
He was holding this, but T. Connor's still on low HP. He can find the opening.
Peeker's
They're
advantage.
playing it together 2-on-2 now. Peeker's advantage as well. Hext and Walco entry together, but again, they don't know where JoJo is. He's the X factor here. They'll jump forward. They know where the op is. T. Connors will take point. They won't even check. They're not even holding it. They'll spam the box, but not find the kill. Hext will save his teammate and secure the round. RBG, they have map point here on Inferno.
Well, they might have map point, but I don't think they'll have a double op this time. Pony will not have the big green to bail out his team. And Third Impact will have more than enough for a buy here. JoJo debating going straight for that op, but he might just be better served going for the AKN utility here. But for the map pick of RBG to go this close, this is something that they probably were not expecting. JoJo will go for the op, so he will not have any utility to work with. Literally no utility. I'm surprised nobody's dropped him a Deagle or a Tech 9 or some sort of pistol yet. But for RBG, this round is potentially the make or break round of their advanced season.
It is. I'm also very hungry. I'm just going to say it right now.
So am I.
OT would be nice.
Yeah.
But
What are we going to get for dinner later?
I don't know. My family said they already have food here. So if this goes to map 3, I will be eating cold food.
Oh, that sounds good. Cold food. Nothing better.
I don't know.
Ultra
Depends on
sarcasm.
what it is. That Either way, it will be Wiz on the up and JoJo on the up as well. Another duel. As again, Third Impact show tremendous emphasis towards the A site. Slowly walk forward. They won't take point here with the op. He'll get the spot, but not the kill. Wiz through the wall will find the opening. That's a devastating blow, and that might just be what broke the camel's back. Third Impact now 4-on-5 bomb will be recovered. It does look like they want to go towards A still.
Oh, it looks like Wiz might have won the final duel of the fates on this map, but there still is a chance for overtime here. Despite it being a 5v4 for RBG, it looks like Third Impact will again hedge their bets back towards the B site. There is no op for Pony again. It's G-Manchu and Pony on the rifles this time. Utility will flood in. No mid-peak, so no early info from RBG. All they have to work with is the nades that will eventually fly in. Molotov the counter, but Insane's going through. He gets caught. That's the bomb as well. Dangerous jumps up, and he's down to 31 points of health. T-Connors is low as well. Dangerous continues pushing further, but Wiz has the cross. He has the bomb down, and I think we are headed to nuke sooner rather than later, and it definitely won't be a 2-0 at this point, as down goes Dangerous. T-Connors peaks Wiz with 4 kills in the round, and it seems that he was the powerful one in this one, and we are headed to nuke. Map number 3 between Third Impact and RBG Esports.
Yes, we are map number 3, nuke. We said it favors Team RBG. We'll have to see if that comes to fruition. Either way, I'm expecting an absolute banger for the conclusion of this series.
It should indeed be an absolute banger, a barn burner of a conclusion. The number 3 team versus the number 1 team on Nuke in all of ESEA Advanced. That will be coming right to you after a short break here. If you've been enjoying the cast so far, I have been BogCS on Twitter. With me is @pineboy_supreme. If you've been enjoying that stream, though, please do leave a follow on the stream. We're doing a giveaway for a pair of Hydra gloves. If memory serves me right, of 1,000 followers. But also, please do follow the Twitter as well. It's @Ponage_TV. But folks, don't touch that dial. We will be right back with Nuke. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to finally find out which team will reign supreme, who will join Thunder Logic in the grand finals of ESEA Advanced, and who will grab that third place spot in MDL relegation and, well, here in ESEA Advanced Season 34. Third Impact, though, will win the knife round to get side choice on the final map. And Nate, it's come down to Nuke, where we have two of the best Nuke teams in Advanced.
I will say, all of chat, and probably for good reason, is saying that RBG have the edge here. That being said, Third Impact, no slouches, and with the knife round victory, can start on CT side. That's the best thing they could have hoped for. That being said, they have no kit. Oh, there we go. Insane bought it with a smoke. It's going to be an interesting Nuke game. I've seen a lot of Nuke this season, and a lot of it has been incredibly CT-sided. We'll have to see exactly what these teams have planned. I imagine they're more prepared than the teams I've watched throughout the season, but who knows? They'll have to prove it, and that's a solid way to start. Walko with the first entry. Another gush on a T-Connors. JoJo close. It is the ramp stack. He will get the trade, but it was just a fake. It's going to be in towards the A side instead. Insane towards the door. Has to hold it off. Alamo out. He'll find one. A second. Not quite the third, but he's done the work. 3-on-2 now. A slight advantage for Third Impact as they look to take the site with speed. Pushing forward. Dangerous finds the first. X a double to answer back. He's alone and versus the lit player that is T-Connors, walking through the smoke, trying to find a headshot. He will! T-Connors!
No!
The one-on-one, 6 HP to his name, and a first coveted pistol round victory for Third Impact.
No way they win that! No way Tom Connors wins that round! 6 HP, all that was needed was a body shot. A shot on the pinky toe. But he lives through it, lands the headshot, and wins the round for Third Impact. The only problem is, though, Nate, 4 kills plus the bomb plant means RBG are going straight for the buy here. You have 4 MP9s on Third Impact against an AK, double Galils, a UMP, and a MAC-10 on the side of the red, black, gold. And it's going to be a really rough round for Third Impact to be able to win here. And even if they do, they will take massive casualties.
Is that what their name means? Red, black, gold?
Yep.
I didn't know that. It's Fog. It will be a straight ramp take this time, no fake. And JoJo will find the first with the MP9. Also gonna trade. T-Connors answering back. He's the one with the M4. He'll find 3. He'll shut him down. The last alive is Wiz. And now coming in late, he's the one with the MAC-10 and everything to do.
He's done a little bit of damage, but he will do no further. It's going to be the kill from Viz. The nade would have finished him off regardless of that fact. And it is 2 rounds, and most importantly for Third Impact, they grab an AK out of that round and only lose 1 player. They deny the bomb plant. This will be a full-on money farming round for the CT side. And they might even have enough to go for a bonus round on round number 4, which would be absolutely perfect for Third Impact to start off on their CT side.
It's all about this initial sprint. However long Third Impact can keep it going, that's going to set the pace of things. Insane will open it up. Flanking in the ramp. Now a bit of a crunch. JoJo will find the trade, though. The 2 players that are most important here. The bomb planter gets through, but the bomb is dropped. Dangerous and Insane. 1 apiece, and the final player below is taken out to cement a flawless round and a plantless round for RBG. Amazing. 3-0. Third Impact, the best start they could have asked for.
Indeed it is. They have the op on JoJo almost instantly. There will be no big green for RBG. Granted, it is another anti-op map. It is Nuke. So that T side not exactly favoring a big green gun. But some players can make it work. AGM comes to mind as one of those who really made the op sing on the T side of Nuke. But unfortunately for us, he has departed for the waters of Valorant for greener pastures for him. Speculation is he might have got signed by Complexity, but you know, you didn't hear it here.
Stop leaking.
It's just speculation. I have no confirmation one way or the other. It's just my
Jason,
assumption.
I know you're in chat. Can we get a confirmation? That was a joke. He's not in chat.
He might be.
There's no way he's in this chat. We just lost 10 viewers. Either way, a very slow round for RBG. A very scare round. They're playing it quite slow, hoping to catch a peeking player, as it will be a wrap towards the outside. There is an op here. That's JoJo. He'll find the first and fall away towards Heaven. A solid start and a solid advantage now for the CT side is RBG. They're just left with not a lot of control. And Viz has complete control of lobby.
Ooh, that's huge. That's absolutely massive. And the other thing, too, that was a great Molotov towards Unbreakable. That was a huge molly. Look at the health on Pony, too, just based off the back of those flames. So not only does JoJo get a kill, but there's more damage dealt to the RBG side. Insane, though, is going to be the one to have to lock down this ramp push. He will drop a smoke, and he will just fall away. There's 30 seconds at the clock, and all Third Impact really have to do is deny the bomb plant from RBG to really put a amazing price on the money. RBG, they might have another buy if they save all these 4 guns, but they would have no utility, they would have no money. But it is T. Connors to shut one more down. JoJo is here. The nade will do damage to Tom, but JoJo and Viz will lock this down. T. Connors will add one more. Back-to-back flawless victories for Third Impact. And that's going to push them to an even stronger economy. The usually difficult CT side economy, and already we have 2-3 players on 8K.
Look at the guns. 4 AKs and an op.
It's a T-side buy on the CT side of Nuke. That is bad beans for RBG.
We'll have to see. I do think RBG can get it done with pistols. This is a map that pistols can work wonders on. That being said, I think Third Impact should be wise to the fast plays of RBG. We'll have to see. Dangerous already rotating around as well. It's going to be a B hit. The question is, will Dangerous be ready? Picking up, he'll find the first 2 days of the smoke. He knows what's happening. Throw the smoke out. Dangerous, here's the plan. He should kill this player. Yes, he does with ease. 2 on 5. Already, again, looking like a flawless round for Third Impact.
The Diggle Pony, the Tech Nano Walco could have something to say about that and change the fate here, but I think it still will be a round victory for Third Impact. And, well, if Insane is watching ramp and not turned around, I don't think Pony's going to come to much either. The bomb has not been recovered, and there's really no chance to. T. Connors is watching double doors. JoJo has an angle as well. Insane will fall away from the Deagle, but actually Viz will walk right into the crosshair of Pony, who continues his nice form from Inferno. But still, Walco and Pony have a lot to do. It's a 2v5, it's a 2v4 now, and I don't know how much they can do, but now that Pony's opened things up on ramp, both those players have fallen. There is a significant chance that RBG could at the very least get a bomb plant. All of these post, or I guess technically hold positions from Third Impact are very strong. There still is a chance there's enough time to manage here. And JoJo's at a very rough spot on the ramp. He could get caught out by anybody. RBG, though, they're taking their sweet time, and this could come back to bite them. T. Connors falls to Walco, and now it's all down to a 2v2. Dangerous and JoJo, though, will strike a very costly round for Third Impact. They lose 3 players, but their money is still fine. A timeout called by RBG. It is the old sponge timeout call that comes out through for them here, and they will have a bye to follow up this timeout, but still, this is a flying start for Third Impact, and they've gone for something that hasn't worked well for them the entire day so far, a double op.
It's an interesting call, but one op can hold down ramp. One op can rotate around, hold that rotation in through the double window, in through control room on those stairs, holding through the secret push, and one can hold outside. There's a lot of spots where you can play it. You just have to make sure the right players have the op. And here, I have no doubt that they chose the right players. Dangerous, he's done well with it. JoJo as well has that impact throughout this game already. 5-0. RBG buying down to the bone again. Heavy lobby presence with one towards the outside. That's Pony, the lurk. Dangerous, like I said, just holding down ramp alone. That's what you want. Wiz is boosted up. Back lobby as well.
I feel like for Third Impact, they just need to buy time again. RBG are more than content to give them all of that time in the world, and Third Impact, the more time they kill, the better things go for them. The less they have to fight to actually win a round, the more chances they have to just get an easy kill onto the bomb that drops in a bad spot, and, well, the round's over for RBG. So right now for Third Impact, they can go for a 6th round on the board, a 7th potentially after that. It is the snowball time for Third Impact.
It's going to be very interesting. Third Impact, they have the money, they have everything. And RBG just walking back and forth based off the contact. 40 seconds left, and they still have 5 players standing. Lacking utilities, only 1 smoke, 2 Molotovs. Still go for this basic take towards A. But it's all up to the kills here. Sam coming in as well to add to the chaos. Viz will find the first. T-Connors on site, find a second and a third. Hexed doesn't find one in his team's favor, but they've fallen apart. Another near flawless round, and it seems that RBG are out of their element.
Their T side looks as flat as a pancake. Right now, it's looking like old Nuke. This is looking like 2015 Nuke, where you don't win T side rounds. And for RBG, they're going to be on a deco now, but if they don't get something on the board quickly, we could be realistically seeing a flawless half from Third Impact, especially given the fact that they are not losing players on the rounds they've won. Jojo aggressive outside in towards Secret Stairwell, picks up one, tosses the flames out, will keep these players at bay. The Molotovs rain in. Two of them actually. Jojo, well, he'll spot out another one, takes some damage too, and well, wisely will fall away. He will retreat and save his op for another day. The rest of Third Impact have their opportunity now to get some kills, as Secret might have been given up for RBG, but they have failed to find any success in any of these rounds, regardless of where they've gone. They've tried Secret before. It has failed. It was shut down by Dangerous, but they're just going to split in towards A here. Viz is here. He's ready. And D. Connors has just dropped down from heaven. There could be a rotation out from behind, though, in Pony. And actually, no, these players are all working around the outside.
It's a gamble call. Someone is holding it here through the elbow. That is indeed insane. Get ready to find with the AK. One, spamming away. Two, not quite the third, but Dangerous picks up where he left off. Finds the first. The second is loaded. Dooley's in hand. Oh no! Dangerous, too tall and handsome. He beats out the Deagle and a 7-0 start for Third Impact. Oh my goodness. KJ calling in the second timeout. I don't know. At this point, Third Impact, you should expect to get 9 to 10, somewhere around there on your CT side. You want to have that advantage. But they're at 7-0 currently. They're still on track for a 15-0 half. I just jinxed it, knock on wood.
Yeah, you did just jinx it, although I did jinx it the previous round too. But, you know, we might be seeing the Brazil scoreline come through, Nate. And for our good friend and caster Upmind, that scoreline always brings him a deep amount of emotional pain. But he did bring it up himself the last time I casted with him. Besides today.
Did he?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that he's rolling around in his open match right now, worrying about this score. Either way, it will be a bye for both teams.
Yeah, Wiz is the op again, so maybe he can open something up, but it's a fast A play from the looks of things. Already down the vents. It's going to be G-Man Chu. He takes a lot of damage, but he will still be alive and kicking here. This could be the spanner in the works that sparks something for RBG. But still, it looks like it could be another good, strong round for Third Impact. They have that double op set up in play. I want to see where G-Man Chu is. He's in vents. I don't think there's anybody watching it. He's basically made no real move. He went down vents, and he's returned to it. Ooh. And, well, Insane came from behind. It was a trap.
Double as a coffin. 5-on-4 already. The remaining players looking to go down towards Secret with that control, and now that that control is lost, they'll reluctantly continue with their strategy, but it's going to be a very much an uphill battle from start to finish. Insane just spotting as he's done before. Third Impact have their defaults, and oh boy, have they worked out.
Indeed, they have. An Insane's primed for more damage, but it looks like Walco might just smoke Criminal him and catch him on the timing. But no, Insane will fall away and drop a Molotov. It will get extinguished, but he's still good for one more. Pony trades, but that can spark the rotations back down. The double ops of Jojo and Dangerous are making their way downtown, and they're looking to shut this down, although Wiz has other ideas. He makes it a 3v3, and the Molotovs rain in. Dangerous will be flashed away. Pony will hold towards double doors. Not so sure why he's staring at his teammate, making him stare down the barrel of a gun, but either way, it's a bomb plant for the first time in quite some time for RBG. The op is there for Wiz. It's dealing damage, but it's going to be hexed, and now Wiz will strike for one more. Dangerous 1v3 on the op, making an 1v3 as it's Wiz to shut it down, and we do get the Brazil scoreline coming through here at long last. Third Impact break that goose egg and put a breadstick on the board.
Wiz, I believe, just infinitely increased his kills. I believe he had a 3K in that round, and he has 3 total. So he has indeed infinitely increased his squad. Finally returning. He had a lot of presence in the previous 2 maps, and he's showing presence now, which is what you want to see. We want this map to be an absolute brawl. There's no way that this should be a map that goes in either direction handedly. It should be a brawl from start to finish.
Similar to what we saw in Inferno, I'm expecting this map to go all 30, if not to overtime. And, well, at the very early start, at the very least, it looked like it was Third Impact out for a stroll in the garden. And RBG were getting dragged along.
Unwillingly at that. Now, RBG, a little more confident after their first round win. That's always the hardest. We'll go for the secret smokes once more. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That being said, JoJo's holding. Top in hand. The Molotov will force him away. So opportunity could have been gained. He's now forced away. Nope, he's got to go for the peek. Molotov in response from his teammate will give him that opportunity. No, it won't. Going back and forth. So much utility being used. JoJo is the one this time around. Not insane on this angle. The op can find much more success here. Walko's walking up alone. Swing will come in. JoJo misses his opportunity, but he will survive. That's what's critical here. 5 on 5, as Viz will open it up instead towards site. T. Connors a second. What was a fake towards Secret is now crumbling for RBG as the Wiz is tagged down. The nade finds a pony. A sliver of HP left in the smoke. 8 to be exact. The rotation comes around heaven. Walko's already been heard. It's got to be another third impact round. 15 seconds left.
Nobody's watching him.
Viz is.
Okay.
Flawless round again. Oh my goodness. 8-1.
Is this what, their 4th flawless round out of 9 rounds? It's 3rd
Look
or 4th.
at their total deaths. Look at their total deaths. The max is 4.
Yeah, it's insane.
2 deaths.
Viz. That's insane.
Yeah.
They have a
That's
combined
crazy.
total death count of, let's see, 8, 10, 15.
It's always dangerous to do math on the fly during a cast, but you did it correctly. Good job.
I didn't pull it twice. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. 250.
250. What's 3100 minus 2900?
250.
You got it. That's CSGO's version of, or NA's version of 9 plus 10.
It is. Spin the wheel, baby.
That one went over my head.
Didn't they spin a wheel if you got it right or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
Something like that. All I know is it was a really good game show. Either way, it's going to be a secret cross once again. RBG going for the force. They kind of have to at this point. Backs against the wall. So far in the hole. Pony, very compromised by on only the Galil. It will be a very, very slow round from RBG.
I feel like it's a necessary slow round from RBG to try and recover from the absolute demolishing they just faced. But they're going to rush out towards ramp, and Hex has a good chance for one. He's going to force Dangerous back, but JoJo's going to be mollied off as well in towards Hell. He will burn, but not by much. 3 points of damage done to both these players, but Wiz outside will get one opening onto T. Connors. Not the second onto Viz, however, but Walko eliminates Insane down in the tunnels. And that can really open up a lot of space for RBG. Viz gets caught dropping down. It's skeet shooting time for G-Man Chu. And now Dangerous and JoJo are the ones to rotate in and try and salvage this round. But already, Third Impact have reached 8, although it seems that RBG have finally cracked the code. They're able to get rounds on the board now at the very least, but Walko has a great work up the stairs. He'll take down JoJo from behind, and Dangerous will be the last one alive, stranded, marooned on the island all alone.
Man, that is what RBG have been trying to do this whole game. They've been playing it slow. It seemed like they were playing scared, but no. What they were doing was getting into position to catch those rotators. They got so many kills mid-rotation there. We got one going down the vents, a second one down towards Secret, going up towards the vents in the opposite direction. We caught a third dropping from heaven. All of those kills that RBG got, all of those early advantages, were players rotating. And that, I believe, is what their game plan has been from the start. Finally putting the pieces together. We'll have to see how Third Impact adjust accordingly, because 3 kills in that kind of fashion where there's no real response and just getting caught out in the middle of nowhere is something that you need to be prepared for and something that you need to answer.
Yes, indeed. Now the money's finally got taken care of by RBG. There's not much left for Third Impact. Well, G-Man Chu's already down the vents again. The last time this happened, it didn't work out all too well for the RBG squad. But he might just be able to do something, although Insane seems to be trying to replicate his feat from before. Actually, no, he's up on top. I love Nuke sometimes without the double mini-map. It's always very hard to tell where people are.
It is. We'll have to see, though. RBG are going for the same kind of call. This time down towards Secret, but they do have the inside man of G-Man Chu. An identical amount of HP, 52. As insane as lurking like this is everything. Timing didn't look like it was in his favor, but he got the first before falling. Pony will get the trade. 4-on-4 as now they go outside the front of the secret smokes. As Jojo is up towards secret. He'll peek in, he'll miss the shot. Another missed opportunity. The op of Jojo has not found success. He'll rotate down G-Man's here, though. He needs to be ready for this. He'll swing in, the quick scope is in. That was lucky. He found the inside man. That's critical. Now an advantage for third impact. An even bigger one. T. Connors finds another T. Connors too. He will be blindsided by Walco, but he's done his piece. 3-on-1 now. Walco has so many players to find in so little time. Viz will end his dreams. It will be 9-2. Third impact still miles ahead of their opponents.
Miles and leagues and kilometers.
Light years.
I wouldn't go so far to say a light year, but we're getting there.
A light year's a measurement of, isn't it time?
A light year is a measurement of
How
distance.
far-
A parsec is a measurement of time.
Parsec. Because light travels that much time in a year.
Yes. That's how long it takes light to
It is still
travel.
a distance.
Or that's how long light travels in a year. Yeah. I don't know the exact measurement, but Insane might, as he just actually, that's a failed opportunity there from Insane. He had a great chance to get two, but T. Connors will not miss. He will get taken down, though. This is a 2v2. Kills going back and forth, but Jojo from back silo is nuking his opposition. He's got two from the back stairs, or the back lines, rather. And, well, he still has Dangerous and Hut keeping a watchful eye of that bomb cross. G-Manchu has no real way back into this. The lineup, though, is the one-way, but he has a one-way trip to the grave. As Jojo will land the op shot again. Double digits for third impact. Another timeout coming through from RBG. And the red, black, gold are looking more like black and blue.
Difficult. Very difficult for the red, black, gold team. Forgot it for a second there. I don't know why.
It's the logo colors.
Everybody says the RGB. It is the logo colors. That's why I put it together. I was like, is that really their name? It is. It's because the logo's that color.
Yeah, I asked once.
I don't. Is it a panther?
It is
that
a panther,
what their
yes. Their logo's a
mascot
panther.
is? Okay. Okay.
It's just
So,
hard to incorporate the panther part of it.
It is. It should have gone for some sort of like color monster. You know?
Like a Gundam.
Don't even make it a creature. Yeah, just something random, you know? Could have been literally anything. Either way, it is a pistol buy for RBG. Half buy max. One player has Kevlar, nothing else. Third impact looking to put their 11th on the board. And oh my goodness. So much gained for third impact. So much respect, might I add. We had people in chat saying they have to take a 2-0. There's no way they win Duke. And looking at the score now, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
10-2.
Looking at you, Aphotic.
Yeah, looking at Aphotic, who's not in chat currently.
Still got to call about the good old big chill.
He's the one who said it.
Yep.
Yep.
I think, though, if RBG might be able to win this round, they could get something back and make it a respectable 10-5.
10-5 is respectable. 11-4 is the most misleading scoreline. And 12-3 is utter domination.
12-3 is,
We
call it a night. It's over.
If it's 13-2, then I don't know what happened. Somebody left. It's a 4 versus 5.
Yeah, at least we don't see a 15-0 in the final map.
True.
Dangerous, though. He's going to get caught out. Walco. Perfect little counter strafe there to land the headshot. Insane, though, waiting with the nade. He's also... I don't know if it's Go TV or if it's Insane, but he just had a massive lag spike there. I think it was Insane, not Go TV, but you never know with Go TV these days. It's going to be a plant, though, and the pistols can close the gap. Wiz up close and personal might just grab an op here, and Insane is low. Viz is charging in, but Wiz with one. Viz will answer back, but it's still a 4-man hold. The nade will do the damage, but here comes T. Connors. One kill, not the second, though. It's all down to Viz. He has full health. He has one. And not the second kill. It goes the way of RBG. The pistol round, the half buy at the very best, goes their way in the end. It will not be 11 rounds just yet for Third Impact. And actually, it might be 4 on the board for RBG, as Third Impact might just contemplate a half buy here, as they don't have a lot of money to play with. And this could be something that sparks a return to life from RBG, a revitalization, if you will.
Life signs are present. I'm ready for them to come back. Pistols across the board. This is what they need. That being said, they just want to pistol around. There's no reason they can't lose one. Will it be odd spots for the impact. 3 players towards the outside trying to jump up. JoJo's been hurt though. He made a step there. There's no doubt about it. And Pony, a stellar flick to find the first. That was clean. But will they expect JoJo close here? Peek out. Gets the tag. Oh, spot comes in. A second, not quite. He will fall, but Viz is on the long flank. G-Man's watching for it. He still gets the timing. A nice 2-tap dirt nap to find that AK. 2-on-3, still on the back foot, but most certainly doable at this point, especially with the CZ here. Dangerous, though the step gives him away. Walko. It's textbook crosshair placement. He is absolutely fantastic. As now Viz alone, he's going to save that AK for the next round, and it will be a 4th round for RBG.
Indeed it will, although the AK moving forward is not going to be too shabby for third impact. It might get dropped to Insane, although I think Viz might just want to keep it for himself. You know who's having a really quiet game right now, though, for third impact, which is a bit scary, is that Dangerous only has 8 kills.
He's 8-5, though.
He is 8-5, but he's usually one of their best players on Nuke.
This is true, but maybe he just hasn't had an opportunity to shine. It has been an absolute wipe by third impact.
Nate.
Yeah?
Insane has 27 effective flashbangs.
How? How does that work?
And T. Connors has 333 utility damage, backed up by JoJo with 223.
This isn't Inferno.
No, but apparently nobody else in third impact knows how to throw a flashbang, because the combined rest of third impact have 8.
Mine and Ito's cast is already done, by the way.
Well, we had the better game.
We did, most certainly. 5-on-5 at third impact. The last one of the half, they have to go for the buy. It's a triple nade. Finally doing some weird strategy that you want to see. It won't connect this round, but where was that for the rest of this half?
Yeah, no top hut player, though, means that triple nade was just a waste of $900. Almost pulled it twice, but not that. Saved it. Still,
$250.
A huge opportunity for RBG as they have all ramp control. Insane will walk straight into the crosshairs of Wiz. I don't think anyone else should challenge that op right now. I feel like you just can see that area and let it go. You know that's probably going to be a B hit off of that as well. Although it could still be the heaven wrap. Viz is watching for a Dangerous, and nobody's peeking into him. He's just sitting down on B, wondering what's going to happen to him. He's in a very rough spot with the FAMAS as well, but RBG are just kind of chilling out towards back ramp and trophy. Why did Wiz just throw the op backwards? I'm not sure.
Don't know. That's not a question you can ask. That's why he's in advanced playoffs and we're not even open playoffs. Either way, Wiz will find the kill. They got the ramp is the call towards A. Interesting call to go down towards Hell, but only nets them a deficit. An even man count now. 4 versus 4. As JoJo, he'll get one with the op. Viz a second while blind. And now third impact look to make it an 11-4 half. The last 2 players now running down ramp. The op and the AK. G-Man and Wiz. And Dangerous now spams the smoke. He will do the damage, but not find the kill. The plant will go down. The start of many things needing to go in their favor. 2-on-3 still doable, but improbable. That's a start, Wiz. That kill found. 2-on-2. The window peek comes in. T. Connors will find the first, but Wiz gets the trade. 24 HP to his name. T. Connors. Oh my goodness. So awkward. The timing. No kit though. And Wiz will clutch it. 3 HP. One more bullet would have done it, as it will end in a 5-10 scoreline.
Holy. How does Wiz survive there? I'm not sure. If it's not an M4, if that's an AK, Wiz certainly dies, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes in Counter-Strike, and it's why the T side gets that one-shot headshot machine, because the CT side will be too overpowered with it. Still, RBG with an amazing battle back. It was 7-0. They brought it back to a 10-5.
Was it 9-0?
It was
7. Just 7-0?
It was 7-1,
7,
and then 8-2, and then 10-5, if I remember correctly.
Crazy.
Still,
they can be happy given the start.
Yeah. I mean, 10-5 is not the best on Modern Nuke, but it's still a decent scoreline. They could definitely do some work with it, barring the fact that they don't lose the pistol round.
We'll have to see. We talked about third impact and their volatile playstyle. They only need 6 here. 6 of the 15 total rounds possible. to win it out. Not even to get to overtime, to win it out. So, let's see. Will be genuinely surprised if RBG can pull it all the way back. That being said, pistol round is the way to start that comeback.
It is indeed, but Third Impact can be very explosive, and I'm wondering what they want to do with their pistol round. They had a very strong hold on CT, but they kind of got overwhelmed by the Glocks at close range, and that's something that I'm thinking Third Impact might be able to do against their opposition here. The Glocks can be so powerful if you don't take them outside, because once you close that gap, you hold W and shoot, and it usually works. Interesting little run boost coming out from Hexed and Pony, but I don't think it'll actually work. Let's see here. Oh, no, it did. I'm not too sure that's useful, but...
That's super useful. Are you kidding me? Everything has a use in Counter-Strike.
Useful for getting shot in the back, maybe?
Casual. Flux on the players. Who knows? Pony practicing his smokes for outside, it appears. I'm sure everybody's just talking things over.
They have to be. No second go to waste. I mean, RBG used, what, 3 timeouts in that half? So they're left with 1. One thing goes wrong. RBG's pretty much up a creek without a paddle.
Love that phrase. It's been used so much, and I can't get over it. I love it.
Well, there is a variation that doesn't exactly fit into the PG-13 category of things, but... And I mean, you know what the phrase up the river means, right?
Up the river without a creek. I don't know what up the river alone means, but I know what up the river without a paddle means.
Up the river means going to jail.
Oh, that's Pog. We're going to jail, chat.
Insert the I'm going to jail button here. But, you know, I'm actually kind of happy these two teams are taking their time to talk things over right now. It is a very, very long break, but I feel like they need to take this time to talk things over.
There we go. Just as we mentioned it, it's over. We're now into half number 2. Pistol round means everything here for RBG.
It does indeed. And I feel like really the pistol round decides if RBG even have a chance at a comeback. Because if Third Impact win this pistol round, they win the counter force by. It's a 13-5 scoreline. Third Impact need 2 more rounds to bring it to overtime. 3 rounds to win. Looks like it's going to be a fast vent drop coming out here from Third Impact, at least early on, but no, they slow things down and wait. Looks to be an A hit. And ow, there's 4 players here. Dangerous pops out from second vents. Walco with 2. Jojo with 1, but still Walco lives. He will eventually fall, but Fizz comes up huge on the site. He's looking towards heaven as well to send these players down to the depths of hell. And he will at the very least eliminate Wiz. And G-Man-Chu, his gun barrel shows they know exactly where he is. And they're going to take that bomb down to B. It's been spotted. And actually, it hasn't crossed just yet. They're still tapping away. Why are they all fist fighting here? Why have they not gotten a bomb plant? They are all low on health. And they're still sticking around. They finally dropped down the vents. They've gone down to B. But there's a kit on G-Man-Chu. Everybody but Jojo is a one-shot. And that includes G-Man-Chu.
Viz escaped death there. I thought for sure there'd be one bullet exchange that would land on either party. But no. 3-on-1 though. Still a tremendous feat if G-Man-Chu can pull it off, but he's so paranoid about the flank that he's not even going for it at this point. Going to try to save that Kevlar, try to save that kit, and give Third Impact an 11th round.
That is... I guess you have to give it to him, but this is such a rough spot for RBG.
It's painful to be here.
Yeah. I do not envy them at all. This is probably the worst possible situation RBG could find themselves in. Down the pistol round. 11-5. With a necessity to go for a force here. I mean, the best gun they can get is a FAMAS.
That's FAMAS with armor... Like, not even a helmet, Kevlar, and a kit.
Yep.
On G-Man. And he's going to go for the scout, so it is up high. But, ooh, you hate to see it. I think this is the forced pause called by RBG. They're out. They're out of them.
Indeed.
Up the river without a paddle.
Yeah, and they might be heading down to relegation without a chance to vie for that direct spot into the Mountain Dew League. This is such a scuffed buy. FAMAS on Pony, an MP9 on Hexed. G-Man Chu has a P250. He's also 3-13, Nate, which could be a big reason why he tossed that scout over to Wiz and is just sticking on a pistol. Walco has a USP and utility versus AKs and MAC-10s. The doors have been blown asunder by Third Impact. T-Connors looks to be rushing out. Hex might be able to get 1 or 2 here. There's a lineup. He will get 2. But Dangerous is there for a trade, but down he falls as well. The tides have turned, and the nade from Walco can finish off Insane if it lands right. It will do more damage, but not enough. The Molotov will force them away. The bomb plant not yet coming through. Jojo, a very precarious plant, but he will stay alive with it. He has the AK in hand as well, and he's looking for these players to charge in. The flashbang in. 1 kill for him. 2, not going to happen, but Insane is there for 1 more. Health on Wiz is 1. And he will make the jump safely, but he's on the bomb. There is no kit. But this is a perfectly played post for RBG. Oh, surely not.
No. So awkward. So awkward. You could have spammed that player down. It was planted just perfectly. I think he could have clipped the legs there through that panel and found the round. Instead, he tried to dance around with the player heaven and just didn't work out. RBG, the force buy pays off.
That was such a weird round. Another insanely awkward engagement between these two teams, as it's almost hard to talk about what's going on because you're seeing things that you normally wouldn't be seeing. And it's just, how did it come to this point? But Pony, he should be able to stabilize things here. Walco and Wiz will pick up more. And Dangerous, well, he's left alone with the bomb. He's going to be walking in to a... Wait, is he on B? He's got a plant!
Yeah. No, not quite. It's going to be tight. He will get down. Does he find 1? No, he doesn't. But the plant, given the 1-on-5 situation, is the best he could ask for. Good enough for him. He can get utility in the next round. Jojo could justify an op now. Third Impact, they still have a 4-round advantage to work with.
They do indeed, and they only need 4 rounds for overtime. The buy on RBG is still not the best of a Moss and an MP9. But I'm still a little surprised that Jojo went for the op over AK and utility here. It doesn't seem like the best possible purchase to have here. It still might be able to work out. There is no op on RBG, but that also means there's probably not going to be any aggressive outside peeks from the CT side. Jojo, though, will be going for a squeaky peek at very early points. He will take a bit of ticks from the Molotov. The smoke will wall off his vision, and now he's made the op known. RBG will be a lot more amiss to go for any aggressive peeks. No utility lacking peeks. And, well, Third Impact will continue to work their way around in lobby out towards ramp with no real objective in mind at the early going.
Despite they can go for picks, they have the Zoomer. Will indeed just be presence back and forth trying to bait out the utility, and they've done a good job of that. Only 2 smokes and 1 Molotov left, no nades for the CT side. There will be smokes towards the outside. They're being lined up as we speak towards the spawn. It will be for the cross, and there's still a good amount of time to work with. 50 seconds left as those smokes are thrown. That being said, still have a lot of work to do. 5-on-5. Pony's already down below, holding for that push. It's going to be a battle from start to finish here for Third Impact.
Indeed it is, although I think it's going to be an inside hit in the very end. I think Third Impact just used those smokes as fakes. It's something you see a lot of teams do. There goes the Molotov top hut. Insane will drop down the ladder, but Walco is sitting in hut. He's still uncleared. Insane will not be clearing him yet as G-Man Chu is here. Wiz will strike for 2 from heaven. Walco as well. Dangerous falls to Wiz. It's all down to Viz, but he is being walled. He is being flanked. He still hits 1 somehow, but G-Man Chu on the op will shut it down. RBG are battling back here. They brought it within 2 rounds. I'm going to call that they win this next one. It's going to be pistols out for Third Impact. No utility whatsoever unless they can win something crazy with the pistols. It will be an 11-9 scoreline. Final map here. Winner makes it to the advanced grand finals, a best of 5 against Thunder Logic Gaming. Loser will have a secured spot in relegation, but they will not have a chance to fight for that direct spot in MDL.
Yes, sir. Sam coming in the pistols, trying to get things done. JoJo will drop the op. That's Wiz dispatch. That's a solid start. Now Pony has to come in huge. He'll find not even two. Viz and Dangerous, one apiece. 4 on 2 as the rifles will be recovered as well. Hex and G-Man, MP9 and M4 left to hold off virtually the entirety of Third Impact. Insane. Unexpected spot. Oh, the nade will do damage though.
That's a lot of damage too. The flank is coming through heaven. There is one player watching, that is G-Man Chu, but his vision has been taken away from the ramp or the scaffolding so far. He's back on site. Third Impact, though, they could rotate down to B if they really wanted to. It seems that they are content to hit towards A, however. Insane will fall first as Hex will headshot him. The flank's coming in. JoJo drops, has the op. 1 kill onto Hex. Yes. It's the 3v1. Although JoJo has no armor, Viz and Dangers are one-shots. G-Man Chu is rotating up through Trophy and trying to make his way back to the A site, but still, a round that Third Impact had no business winning might just go their way. Fast-paced plays with the pistols never cease to amaze and never cease to find success, it seems. Although there still is a chance for G-Man Chu to win this round. He takes down JoJo, and it should be the round won by him. Time is still on his side as well. But no, it's slowly fading away. He might just catch off JoJo here, but no! Oh. JoJo's able to flick around and hit him in the body. RBG, a round they could not lose. They have just surrendered.
It seems that at this level of Counter-Strike, you can expect one random pistol round victory for either team, or for each team rather, in each map. And we saw it on T side for RBG. That's what got them back into it. And now for Third Impact to maybe close it out. 12-8. Pause will be called. I'm assuming it's by Third Impact because, again, RBG have used 4. Or we assume have used 4. You can't actually see who used them. We're only speculating. But pause time will conclude. RBG are going all in.
They are indeed.
Double up. G-Man, Wiz, 2 M4s, and the MP9 on Hex. G-Man putting a lot of faith in him. He's 4 and 15. And he has one of those 2 zoomers. He's a glass cannon as well.
That's a risky call on Nuke. The retakes get so hard with 2 ops, and especially a glass cannon. But Wiz has been able to do so much damage. I feel like Wiz having the op alone is a very good boon for RBG. Still, it seems that Third Impact are content to play a little RBG-esque and slow things down now off the back of their pistol round win, hoping that the red, black, gold get aggressive and try to overpeak something or other and give a free kill to the C or the T side. Everyone seems to be huddled up back towards Trophy and Lobby. But Third Impact will eventually have to make a move. The time is starting to dwindle here. Minute 10 on the clock. No aggressive peaks from RBG. It seems that Third Impact will start to set up their smokes now, set up their plays. Flashbang in towards the outside. 3 players in Lobby, but Insane and Dangerous are starting to rotate back out. And set up. Hex is getting aggressive, though. He might just fall here. T. Connors, though, he made noise. He's run away, and actually, no. It's going to be an outside play.
It's a good call. Outside is basically half the map on the ground level. Smoke will go down. Pony. Viz wants to Viz playing around and he won't find it. Pony crouching around will find that kill. And now a one way to use. Lots of control being gained. 20 seconds left as Molotov is thrown. It will be a wrap towards A. Spotted, but not taken out. Welcome will find the first. Insane is going to trade, but Pony on the flank will drop the bomb. G-Man, the op in hand, will find 1, and the MP9 will mop it up. RBG stay alive. Their force by backs against the wall will indeed pay off. As now, again, they are within 3 of tying it up.
The XM comes out for Walco now, and it's not going to be a full buy from Third Impact. That is a massive cash grab opportunity for him. If they head his way, it's going to be P250's Tech 9, Deagle, and nothing for Insane besides 2 flashbangs. Pistols worked once for Third Impact, though. What's to say it won't work again? That's the scary thing for RBG. But it's a much more passive play outside, and Pony will peek out from the scaffolding. Eliminate Viz out towards outside. Wiz will land 1 more. The XM on top of Hut should be able to take down JoJo with relative ease here. And it will do just that. Insane and T. Connors working their way towards T. Red will walk into the crosshairs of the waiting CT side. And it will be a round on the board for RBG. A flawless round at that as well. And a huge confidence boost for RBG as they can really not afford to lose many more rounds. Third Impact still have to find 3 to find overtime, 4 for the match.
Still doable for either side, and at this point it's getting quite down to the wire. Third Impact, another buy, another opportunity here. JoJo has the op as well. Everything looking to go in either team's favor. It's all up to the opening duels and how well they can play together. Walco, the auto shotty, it's fearsome up here. Third Impact have to be ready to face it.
Third Impact playing slow again on the rifles. I feel like they've failed too many times playing slow on the rifles. They need to speed things up. Or at the very least, try something else, like go towards ramp, flash off G-Man Chu, and try and push that op into oblivion. But it seems that Third Impact are content to just wait. T-Connor's content to eat a nade. JoJo will try to reaggress, but that XM on top of HUD is still a very scary proposition for Third Impact to deal with. And it's something that I feel they should be aware of, since Walco wouldn't have a gun to upgrade to after this last round anyways.
I had to guess. They're going to Molotov him out on an A-take if they go for said A-take. That being said, RBG are pacing their nades quite well. Smoke towards the door as we cross that 55-second mark. And Third Impact at this point, they just have to choose a site and go for it. It will be the ramp call. There is nobody here to defend it. They've given up complete control of the ramp. Interesting call from RBG, but it might just pay off. We'll have to see. G-Man's playing the passive angle with the op. T-Connor's, I don't think he's ready for this. He's not. He'll fall. That's a solid start for RBG, as though to hold this B bomb site.
Walco in the vents is a huge opportunity to get some frags. The smoke will go out. He'll do some pot shot damage, but nothing significant. G-Man Chu is still in decontamination, but the plant comes through. It's a 5v4. Double op retake on the B site. Extremely hard, but if it can do some damage, if they peek into the scopes, then things will flip to the favor of RBG here, but still, Dangerous is playing this very carefully, very slowly. Oh, Hex, though, opens things up onto Insane, and now the retake is coming in full force. Viz will get one, JoJo gets another. The leg shot comes through from Wiz, but then he will follow up with the damage onto Viz. A smoke onto the bomb, but JoJo has a cross, and Dangerous has the AK out. The knife in for JoJo. He knifes one. Walco gets sprayed down and on the ramp. Pony will take one for the kill, but still, there's no more time. Both players will run for the hills. Only Pony might survive here. No, both of them will, but the knife and the victory come through from Third Impact. They stay alive. They grab 13, and RBG hemorrhage yet another round away.
JoJo, send my profile, please. That was massive. No way around it. JoJo stand now. Fashion to pull it off. The knife coming out in what was around the 8th round of this half plus 15. That's 23. Round 23. To finish off that defusing player, RBG. That was crazy. Absolutely insane. Walco will pull out the auto shotty again. The M1014 is present once more, but Third Impact, if they win this round, they break the economy of RBG.
Isn't it the XM014? Or it's, oh, it is the XM1014. Oh.
XM1014.
I always forget about the one there.
Don't doubt my shotgun knowledge, okay? I don't remember what Call of Duty it's from, but I know it's from a Call of Duty.
For sure.
This is in Modern Warfare 2.
Look at all this outside secret control, though, from Third Impact. They have 4 players down the tunnels. There is one player here, it's Pony, but he needs to come up huge. There still is the lurk in lobby in the form of Insane, too. He's not relinquished his position. Pony will toss a Molotov to keep Third Impact at bay, but there's still enough time for them to rotate back up to A, should they please. G-Man Chu is still out towards ramp, and Wiz is here as well, but still, it will be the hit down towards B. Pony, 1 kill from the stairwell. Only 1 kill, though. The rotations are going to have to come in fast and furious. The op is here, but Insane is still harassing the players in towards ramp room. He will be eliminated, though, by the flank of Walco. 4v3 in the favor of RBG as they will drop down the bomb plant. Not yet here. Molotov towards the doors again, as it will be an open plant this time for the double doors. And for control room, but Dangerous is in a very rough spot. He's kind of exposed from every single angle. And he will do what he can to get something done. All 4 players coming in from the ramp side, but it's a good post-plant setup from Third Impact.
Everything relies on these opening frags, and Dangerous is good for 1. That's a solid start. T-Connor's playing around these with the smoke. He might just find 1. The damage is in, but not the kill. Jumping up. Oh, it's so awkward. He'll find that kill and survive furthermore. G-Man tagged down. Hexed as well. They're both tagged so very low. T-Connors has to swing. No! X on 19 HP! He'll secure it! Third impact still at 13, whereas RBG bring it back, swing it around to 11.
This game just keeps tottering back and forth on a seesaw. One round goes one way, the next goes the other. And it keeps on staying within 2 to 3 rounds. Third impact continuing to fail to find that 15th, that all-important 15th round. But they're back on the pistols, Nate, and I honestly cannot count the pistols out. Walco is back on the shoddy again as well. This is becoming a very weird final map. It's not like we saw in Mirage where teams had very strong showings. It's not like we saw on Inferno where one team had the momentum for the next. Here we come, pistols charging in, damaged by G-Man-Chu so much, and the kills, but not enough to prevent the plant. The bomb plant will come through, and Insane is holding the vent drop. Hext might just fall to the XM1014, and down he goes. Wiz has the op, and he has taken a dink, and Insane has to go for the 1v1 against the aforementioned Wiz, but the bomb plant is down for decontamination. The tap comes in, the swing comes out, the flashbang through, the spam is up. But no kill just yet. Wiz is a one-shot by the M4 to anything. A Molotov in. It's going to force Insane forward. And the IGL puts the team on his back here. It's 14-11. Third impact will not die. They will not say die. They continue to push. And they will not relinquish a step.
Look at the money at the CT side. They might have just done it. That might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. Not the first pistol round victory for third impact, but the second. Now penultimate series point. They need 2 more. And RBG, their money was at 1,500 on Hex. They're going to go for the force already. You can tell G-Man buying up, as is Wiz. But it's going to be an uphill battle from start to finish now. Third impact. Everything is going in their favor. Absolutely massive in the 1 versus 2 from Insane. He found that third. I think that was a 3K for him in that round. The Tech 9 on the auto shoddy, the auto shoddy on the M4, and the M4 on the op. Absolutely sensational from that star, that absolute hero.
Insane's not usually the guy you look to on third impact to frag out either or come up with these clutch plays, but he's definitely stepped up in this final map. There's so much information out towards A as well that third impact are running down towards B. It's a quick rotation down from RBG as well. Already a couple players regrouping and helping out G-Man-Chu, but still, third impact don't have to make a move. They have so much map control so early on. They can continue walking as a unit. As they continue to storming around, Pony has to come up huge here, but he might just get blindsided, catches Viz off. Will not get the second, though. Will not even do much damage as it's up the heaven ladder. Down onto the A site. A Deagle is there. Jojo actually commits seppuku. Wiz will strike with 1. T-Connor's up to the 1v4, but he will strike for 1 more. Making a second here, indeed he does, but there's still 2 more to find. Wiz has the op. Walco has a Deagle. T-Connor's dancing around, gets spotted out by Wiz, has to pick one fight or the other, and it's double op. No, it will be Dop and AK picked up by RBG, but third impact cannot put it over the line either. They might not relinquish their 3-round lead for long, but they cannot actually win this map. As we go back and forth again, I wish we could see the round score line here because it's just going to be 1-1-1-1-1. It's going to be a ladder.
Man, you hate to see it if you're a third impact fan, but I suppose it was payback. The pistols need to find success. Wiz, the op, will find 2. The bomb is dropped. And finally, success. RBG stabilized with 2 in a row as a G-Man finds 2 more kills to his name. Viz alone, Glock in hand, and nothing more. Should be 13-14 for RBG.
Is so close and yet so far to actually getting anything done there too. Could have taken Pony down, but we all know that backwards hitboxes are absolutely broken. Source 2 win.
Yes, they are.
What a round from RBG though. The pistol round and then just an emphatic win to bring it back. Third impact. They're on a bit of a broken buy now too. A lack of utility strikes me, as well as the Mac 10 on Dane Doris. Although we could see Dane go for something very aggressive, something early on to try and take a rifle out of the hands of RBG, who actually are limited to SMGs in their own right. They've used quite a bit of their utility belts as well early on, but third impact will stall again in towards lobby. trying to figure out where to go and what to do. It's been a big problem for Third Impact here, is how they just stall out on their T sides has been something that they fail to find an answer for. It's allowed RBG to even keep them off of match point. For Third Impact, this is still not a one match. It's not even a guaranteed overtime. This is still a potential 16-14 victory for RBG.
It is. It's scary. Seeing the storyline play out, 13-14. Who would have guessed that? Off of the 7-0 start for Third Impact, RBG have come into form and in a big way. It will indeed appear to be an A hit, but who knows? They're still slowing things down, very scared, very trepidatious in their tank. Molotov will come in the smoke in response. It will be a vent play. I have to guess. Yes, Insane will go down. They're going to ground these players. It's risky, but it's paying off. All 4 players make it down. G-Man out rapidly rotating in towards the site with only an MP9 in hand. He'll be caught as well in rotation. Oh, the spray is belabored, but it will connect. Insane finds that kill. Smokes go down. They are sloppy, but they get the job done. Wiz with the op. He's the one to watch here, though. Misses a shot, the opportunity. Oh, but the doors. What's happening? He'll find another.
He stops the bomb plant. No way, Hex!
Oh, no way! It's Viz alone. 1 versus 4.
What just happened? How do you not get the info from the scope and then the op shot that there's somebody coming in on the stairwell with a big green gun? It goes unlooked for by everybody on Third Impact except for JoJo playing around with the doors. And it just goes to the end of T. Connors, plus keeping Wiz alive means that he can stop the bomb plant. Hex mows down too. And that ends the round, and potentially this matchup for Third Impact that could have just completely flipped the scoreline here to a 16-14 unless the Pistols have one more wish up their genie lamp.
That's a good way to put it. One more trick up their sleeve, one more wish up their genie lamp. It will be Pistols for Third Impact. They're getting up overtime here. T. Connors will find one, maybe. Nope, the up will stay alive. 2 on 4. Wiz finds yet another. The last player alive, Dangerous, unable to find anything. A very one-sided round to follow what was an absurd victory from RBG. And suddenly, for the first time in this series, RBG have the advantage 15-14. After what was a 0-7 start, they have come back in a monumental way. Wiz has the auto shotty now.
You mean
the auto sniper?
Yeah. That actually might be costly. It's not a one shot. And that's something that Third Impact might be able to take advantage of. No big green, instead the Scar 20. But Third Impact looked to be heading outside. And Wiz, he's down in the secret stairwell. This is a great spot to be for this. But no, Third Impact, they're going for the mini split, it seems, or at the very least a heaven wrap. Pony drops down. That's an easy kill for Viz, but it makes it very rough. He takes so much damage and will not be able to follow up onto G-Man Chu. Still, Wiz is working up the secret stairwell. G-Man Chu will hold back ramp as Third Impact stall out in a 4v4. Dangerous has to be able to get this kill onto Wiz, or else the round for Third Impact will basically fleet away. The timing, it is Dangerous to win. The bomb remains unrevealed. And that could just turn the tide for Third Impact to go to overtime. But no, Insane will eliminate G-Man Chu as well. 2 left, it's Walco and Hex. Hex rotating through Trophy Room. Walco down the vents. But it could be an A plant for Third Impact as they continue to work around and keep on going.
I don't want to watch. I know what's going to happen. I'm scared. It's still anybody's round given what happened two rounds previous. That B take was all but certain. And the plant didn't even come through. That being said, Third Impact much more studious on their takes, setting everything out without incident. Walco, that's the first step of many. JoJo's load as well. It is doable now. 2 on 3. Kits on the belts as well, and a flash and a Molotov between them. Hex is towards the door. He clears all of this out. That's good foothold in towards the site. Walco, if he can find this player, heaven. Oh, it's so awkward. T. Connors just pre-firing. He will win the duel. The last player alive is Hex towards the door. No reason not to go for it. He will force player forward, find the first, but T. Connors the one tap. We're going beyond the pale. 15-15 as we enter overtime number 1.
OT number 1 indeed. And while the last time these two teams met, Nate, it went to a quintuple overtime on LAN at Frag 14. This is what we might have in store on Nuke tonight. Quintuple OT between RBG and Third Impact. We have to go for the first OT first, but this game might be still in its fledgling stage. We could play another map of Counter-Strike before we leave this matchup.
My dinner got here like an hour ago. No, let me check. 7:14. That's an hour and a half. Exactly an hour and a half ago. I'm hungry. But I'm also hungry for some good Counter-Strike. Let's see exactly what happens here. It's going to be teams taking a break. It's map 3 of the series. Map 2 was, I believe, like 16-12.
16-14.
The scoreboards. Map 1 was 16-14
No,
too?
map 1 was 16-12. Map 2 was 16-14.
16, yeah. So both maps have gone very far, and now map 3 is going to overtime. The nerves, I'm sure, are running rife in these players' bodies. The butterflies in the stomachs. We now, hopefully, will enter overtime number 1 shortly. I should message Coach KJ again, but I think he'd be angry if I did.
Yeah, let him talk to the troops.
Do I message JoJo?
Let him
Never
talk
mind.
to the
He
troops.
went off. JoJo just went offline. That's how serious he's taking
Holy,
this.
wait, JoJo actually went offline. He's not messaging
JoJo went
anybody during a
offline.
match.
That's crazy.
That's the most serious I've ever seen JoJo get. He usually like sends me a random picture in between maps.
Really?
Yeah, he'll just like send me this like a random picture.
Wow, thanks, JoJo. I really appreciate it. I would love the picture.
The last one he sent me was some dude with a stick in his ear. It was very awkward.
Pog.
But no, I mean, this is... Again, the winner of this makes it to the Advanced Grand Finals. And what's at stake
Self
there
pride.
is a direct invite into the NBA.
What teams are even relegation this season?
Honestly?
Buff Daddy's PayPal team.
I have no... Actually, I think Buff Daddy might have gotten direct, like, sent down.
Direct. Well, I mean, what, 5 teams died, a direct send down. Is there going to be a relegation, or are the top teams just
There is
moving
going
up?
to be an MDA relegation.
I'm genuinely curious as to how many teams will move up.
I'm wondering how many MDL teams will actually be in relegation. I think like 2 or 3.
Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. What teams would that be?
I'm actually not too sure. I probably should check Wikipedia for that. But
I'm checking that right now.
if CSGO didn't completely break streaming this game, I could tab out, but
Imagine not streaming in full screen windowed.
I am in full screen window, but I have to do it on a window or display capture, not a game capture.
Why? You can just launch it untrusted.
I didn't think about that.
Not Pog.
You know what happened to start things off.
Oh yeah, that was a very rough one. Okay, so looking at the bottom teams, we have Bad News Bears, 4 French, 1 Cup, 2 way too French, Buff Daddy's PayPal team, Infinity Esports, Ethereal, Warriors International.
Infinity and
Warriors
Ethereal
aren't
are in
getting cut,
relegation.
though. They went in 99. Yeah, that's what I'd guess. Maybe Buff Daddy's direct
Buff
down.
Daddy's is direct demotion.
That's toxic. They played this season. They didn't even fall apart.
Quote unquote played.
Okay, calm down, okay?
No, I will not calm down.
My goodness. I thought we were live.
We are indeed. We can finally stop shooting the breeze about Buff Daddy's PayPal team and start talking about Third Impact versus RBG. Again, great nade damage, but still a kill for JoJo. A lineup for Pony. 1, 2, 3 at the red box. Massive standing tall by Pony. And he still might be able to take down one more. T. Connors is getting harassed as well in towards Hut. And Viz is locked alone and eliminated by Pony as well. The bomb outside. T. Connors in a pretty much unwinnable round here. He will take one headshot, and that might just spark things, but G-Man Chu from the heavens behind will follow up on the Pony's quad as RBG will grab the first round of overtime here. It is MR3 16K. So, again, we could be going for a long time as both teams will probably win their CT halves very handedly. I think the thing that's going to decide this is who wins 2 T rounds first.
I will say this, Third Impact, I like the idea of change of pace. They played it so very slow throughout the regular half. Why did they not try that on their T side during the regular rounds? They might have just found some victory. Either way, a rough start. They tried it. That's what I wanted to see. Now they can go back to their normal play style, back to their bread and butter. If they can get 1, they'll be in a decent position. If they can get 2, they'll be in a great position.
I would say that their bread and butter is not necessarily all that effective on the T side. It only got them 5 rounds here. And 5 rounds is not that good when you need to win the game. You needed 6. They came up short. And it came down to the wire there as well. But a good bit of flash and a boost gets JoJo the first kill outside. Nade should do some damage to G-Man-Chu. Walco will trade out as Hex goes too aggressive. Insane will flick around as well. Walco and G-Man-Chu both pushing in, aggressing in towards the A lobby, but Walco still will manage one more kill and will escape with his life intact. G-Man-Chu goes for one as well. JoJo will trade it out, but Walco still has the bomb to stop. He will fall in the end, and it will be that round on the board for Third Impact. Aggression from RBG is their undoing, as it was so many times before on this whole entire series. When RBG got aggressive, Third Impact punished. And that trend continued in this round, and it all comes down to this. I think if Third Impact can win this round, they should be able to win this series. Unless RBG have something up their sleeve that they didn't use in the regular half as well. But I think the change of pace might be what's going to help out Third Impact too. This outside control is something they never really went for.
Yes, it is. Very interesting call here at Third Impact. If they can win another round, oh my goodness, it will be, I'll say over, but then RBG will win something that they should not have no business winning. So I will say a tremendous advantage. That being said, RBG are playing very close to the chest here. Hexed watching Hunt from the door. As Wiz is towards Secret, JoJo wants to win this op duel. He has an idea. But if we hear the peak comes in, JoJo will win it his first season opping. And he is beating the best. As Wiz is dispatched, another early advantage here for the T side.
Still a lot of time on the clock for Third Impact, although it seems they will pick up the pace here. They have a lot of outside control as well. They, however, do not have ramp, as Pony has pushed up towards Trophy. This is a telegraphed play now. So RBG know there's nobody coming in through ramp. Insane might be the decoy in towards the site, but still the smoke wall outside. Actually, there's nobody to watch it, so G-Man-Chu is going to have to do a lot of work down in the tunnels. Insane will get taken down from the flank, but that's going to just spark the rotation down to B. It's known now what's going to happen here. G-Man-Chu gets one kill here. He will give a huge boost to RBG, but Viz annihilates him coming in. He'll drop a molly to wall off Pony as well, as Pony will have to regroup and wait for his teammates to come through. A flashbang goes in. The bomb not yet crossed, though. There's all 3 players remaining alive for RBG here. A smoke will go to the left or the right door. A flash to the left. The bomb will cross to back silo, but Pony's aggressing through that smoke. He will catch off Viz. He'll stop the plant. No, he will not.
So very close, but JoJo will mop it up. We had to take a breath there. That was so very close to a round victory for RBG. If he caught that player planting, the animation stood up there. If that animation hadn't stood up or stayed down for a fraction of a second longer, it would have been over and it would have been an RBG round. But that's how it be. Fractions of a second, fractions of a tick can indeed change the outcome of a round, and it just did so there. Fate gave Third Impact their second of 3 on their T side, and that might just be what they needed.
They need 2 more rounds now. They only need to win 2 on their CT side, which stood up very strong in the early going, but got a little bit dismantled towards the latter portions. And again, that was a whole half ago. I wonder if RBG will remember what their successes were against Third Impact so many rounds prior. That's what the Black Moleskin Coach's Handbook is for, though, and I'm sure that KJ will have his notes about that first half. But still, this is so opportunistic for Third Impact. They struggled to put rounds on the T side, but in overtime, they grabbed 2 of 3. And that might just be the catalyst that can push them to victory here. Again, though, we've seen some crazy rounds that have gone the way of both these teams when it seems like the one that gets the round is down and out. I would not be surprised to see RBG come up with some crazy aggressive play that somehow overwhelms Third Impact and gets them to, at the very least, OT number 2, if not a clean sweep.
We'll have to see. Still anybody's game, as we've learned from the later stages of this game alone, this map. Anything is possible for both RBG and Third Impact.
I wish that the stats didn't refresh, so I could see the full stats of the match.
Could see the win-loss, the win-loss in the middle.
That would be nice.
That would also be good. but we're only dreaming.
You know, I want your prediction. How many ops Third Impact go for on round number 1? Of overtime.
2.
You think they're going to go for the Dangerous JoJo double?
Dangerous JoJo double. Dangerous towards ramp. If they go for single, then JoJo's peeking ramp aggressive with a second player in tow. That's my professional opinion. As a mediocre caster. Oh, there it is. We got it. Double up. If they lose this round and they go for it again, that's reckless and borderline scary.
It is
But we'll
16K, so theoretically they could go for it. I don't think it's definitely advisable. But either way, I didn't think it was advisable now. However, it seems a fast play towards Hut and out towards A from RBG. 1 kill, but not the second. Fizz will come up for 2, but G-Man-Chu and Pony have brought it to a 3v2. It's just the ops left alone, and this is why the double op setup is, I'm going to call this here, terrible on CT Nuke.
Oh my goodness. Strong words.
It's a round for RBG. Third Impact have no business even going for this retake.
Never say never, Bog. I don't remember who told me that, but someone did. It's definitely in a pop song somewhere.
Oh,
That's a start.
that's a little undisciplined there from Wiz. Dangerous swings from the top.
G-Man spotted!
No way!
Goodness! Double up retake! Never say never, Boggs!
That should never happen. That should never work.
All right.
No
Never say
utility on
never,
the
Boggs.
retake. The double ops.
Never say never.
Am I watching a
All I
pub?
can say. How many pauses have been called seemingly by RBG? It seems like there's been 10.
A lot. I don't have my coach's
A
moleskin
lot.
with me, so I haven't been taking that much detail to track. But
Should I do that? I don't even prepare. I don't even know what these teams' records were going into this tournament or into this game. Full disclosure.
I usually do most of my stuff on the fly because I'm usually coming in from other things,
Same.
like life.
Yeah, or my depression nap. You know, the normal things.
You know, JoJo's top fragging again. He had a really rough Inferno, but he's back almost to 30. It's JoJo versus Wiz, 29 each. Well,
Scary.
it's scary for RBG. They can't afford to lose another round.
And Dane, he's more than proven that he can be influential with his op. JoJo's towards Secret. He drops Wiz, the heavy hitter. That's a first, and he can fall away. Another advantage for Third Impact. Again, it could be punted away. We saw the retake coming in from RBG. Brought us to overtime. Third Impact looks so tall and handsome. 3 Molotovs now wasted towards Secret. RBG just wasting so much utility and hopes, grasping at straws almost as they cross towards the outside.
Might be able to catch something though on this heaven flank. Insane though might have just heard the jump up on the AC vents. He's working in behind. But no, there's 3 players coming up the vents and over towards heaven. This could pay huge dividends here. Look at Viz though, he's all the way in lobby. Dave Joris has control of hell.
They know what's going on.
They have
You can
to.
tell. Dane's holding for the flank elbow. Everybody else passive in towards the lobby or on heaven watching for this exact flank. That's insane. Everything from a Third Impact. They traded spots. This is so good. Perfect hold is the retake
Look at that
via T
nade.
style. Oh my goodness.
Molly in, flashbang deep, but Insane, no, he doesn't get anything at all. Viz has to stand tall, but it's T. Connors to get 1. T. Connors strikes for more. Viz chimes in, but it's no, it's T. Connors, and Viz, head on a swivel, will flick around to Walco coming in through Mini. And that is it. RBG have been toppled by Third Impact, as Third Impact will be the team to book a rematch against Thunder Logic Gaming. That will come sometime soon, but they will start down a map in that grand finals. But what a finish to this matchup. 16-12 on Mirage, 16-14 on Inferno, and here it was in overtime. 19-16 on Nuke.
What a barn burner. from start to finish that was amazing. I must say, it sounded like, we were a little bit biased for the banter towards Third Impact. We know the players. I know players on both teams. I love the coach of RBG. All the players here deserve to be an MDL, and I'm sure we will see RBG coming through the relegation.
Yeah, no question.
That being no question. They're the number one team to watch on almost every metric for MDL. And I'm proud of them. They're a team that does something that's so very rare. I admire them for that. Sticking together for multiple seasons, let alone one season, in NA is virtually unheard of at the advanced main.
At any level.
Even MDL level. Yeah, it's crazy. And the fact that they've not only stuck together but found success doing it, it might signify a shift in the meta here in Counter-Strike, especially as players are leaving. There's not as many free agents on the market anymore as more go to Valorant. It could signal a shift in the times where we see more dedicated cores and 5-mans forming and leading to a higher tier of NA Counter-Strike. That's what I want to see.
That would be the best for North America as a whole. But folks, we are going to call it a night now. We've had an absolute whale of a series. I know Nate's food has been cold for the past hour and a half. But if you have enjoyed this cast, please first do follow the Twitch channel here. Follow Ponage_TV on Twitter as well. And if you have enjoyed our voices and our commentary over this game, I have been at BogsCS, that's with 2 G's on Twitter. And with me has been Pineboy_Supreme. We've had a blast tonight. We hope you have too. And folks, we will see you all for the grand finals of ESEA Advanced Season 34, when that is scheduled. But for now, we're going to be signing off. Have yourselves a safe and great night. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
And peace out.